Hey everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is Thursday. It is the first Thursday of March. We are officially there. We got to do Fat Tuesdays this week and Ash Wednesday yesterday, so there's lots of things in the week that have been going on, and today was a big shipping day. We didn't get them all out. I still have, I think, about 25 packages on the counter yet, so we did get about 70 out though, so that's good. We got a little bit later of a start because we had some work to do on the front end yet to make piles and marry up, and the white ribbon that was part of, or I should say that is part of the Stamp-A-Stack that is coming up later this month, that was not available to order until Tuesday, and so we had to wait for that to come in, and it came in, yay. So all good, you guys. We are going to be doing the monthly class here. We'll get started in a little bit, but I'll share those with you in a little bit. We'll start working on them. They're 3 easier cards, and it's so weird. We were here this past weekend for the Silver to Silver Elite training. It's a very organic, impromptu, casual training. There's no structure or formal plan. Basically, it's people who want to learn how to do more things in their Stampin' Up! Careers to help them get going with it. It's not necessarily geared for a hobbyist. It's geared for somebody who is a hobbyist and wanting more, to run it more like a small business where you want to have classes and you want to go live on YouTube, or you want to grow your customer base. And so what happens is those people on my team that are interested in that, they need to come with a list of things that they want to work on. Right? You have to come prepared to tell me and the other people on the team what it is you want to learn. Do you want to work on your logo? Do you want to work on your YouTube channel? Do you want to, how do you find new customers? Like, I want to find new customers. I want to grow my team. And saying you want to do those things, like, you also have to come with an idea of like, okay, well, I've tried this, I've done this, and what can we do? And we had a lot of great conversations. There was about, I think, 5 or 6 people here on Saturday, maybe 7. And on Sunday we had 4 with me, which was really good. And Friday afternoon we had a handful. And Saturday was the most productive day, I thought, because we got so much done between a YouTube channel being created and teaching. We worked with Georgine on how to make sure her camera was situated and right. And we went over cover photos and TAMs and good stuff. All of this good stuff on, like, I would have to say Saturday was the meat and the potatoes of a lot of stuff. And people who came with their lists and what they wanted to learn, they went out with things that they got accomplished. We talked about how to track your expenses and track your income and all the different ways that you can get paid from Stampin' Up. So it was good. So what made me think about that, though, is Georgine was here in the seat, and she was working with my camera, and it is in a different spot than normal. It is definitely like right in my line of sight of looking at me. And so it's kind of like right there. And I didn't really test it very much before we got started. And now it's like, boom, right in my face. So, but that's what made me think of that. And it's all good. We'll get it figured out. It's all what it is, what it is. So it was good though. I think that most of the people that came were they felt very accomplished on what they got. And it always comes down to, you get out of something what you put into it. And if you come with, and this is for anything, if you go into it with a mindset of you don't necessarily know what you're looking for, or you don't know what you want, and you're going to probably leave feeling the same way, right? So I was very happy. Jay made a lot of progress on her stuff, what she was working on. So I was so excited for her. And Georgine got through some stuff, and Jenna helps out, which is so amazing. Jenna is so knowledgeable that it allows me to work with people what I know. Jenna's just maybe I would have to say, what did we say she was? She's 7 years younger than me, which is just enough that she knows the technology side of things 100 times more than I feel I do. And she's helped me a lot with the technology stuff. And so she was the one, it was awesome. She was sitting with a lot of people working on that stuff. And that helps because then I can sit and listen and I can answer other questions that people have. So it was good. It was very, very good. But yeah, so that was this past weekend. I do it once a year. And because it is so organic and so informal, it is not a structured thing. Like I used to work at Mercury Marine and for Focus Products and corporations. I used to work in the corporate world, and when you would go to a training, you'd have like a structured outline to like follow and learn from that. That is not this kind of training at all, and it never has been, and I don't think it ever will be. What's nice about it is that there is no structure to it, and it allows us to bend and morph and go whichever direction we need to go to answer the questions that people have. And I think all in all, like the best part of it is you have the people that are like-minded, like you trying to achieve goals, and we're cheerleaders for each other to help us grow and succeed. Gina Bulow was here too. So she started her YouTube channel, you guys, a year ago, and her goal was to upload her first video so that she could start trying to find people to subscribe to her channel. So we pushed, well, and the thing is you can only push somebody so far, right? So, but we prodded a little bit more this year. We said, Gina, you need to get your first video, because Gina, you guys probably watch her on my channel here. It's been very amazing to have somebody who's so good at scrapbooking, and she is so good at techniques being part of my channel, because you guys get like a double dipper, right? You get all of my stuff, you get Kelly's content, you get Gina's content, you guys get a lot of stuff on here. But we're trying to show Gina like, hey, you might want your own YouTube channel and start working. So we worked with her a little bit more to get her like a little bit more not so much cold feet. So, but yeah, so all's good. And so I always tell my team, if anybody is interested in wanting to know more, they're always welcome to come out and be with us. It's not a virtual thing that I do, because there's no way that you would be so bored probably watching it that we don't like live stream anything. We don't record anything. And we're not there yet. We're not that advanced. So the other thing that's really cool about it is that my mom makes food. And so my mom made lasagna, and she got the garlic bread and a nice spinach strawberry salad and some bars. Oh, she had lemon bars. So it was really good. So everybody got mom's cooking. All right. So I have a bunch of you who are here with me already. Sherry Martin, you look like you were first on my list here. Very cool. And there's Julie Bontringer, and I saw your order. Thank you very much, Julie. And we'll work to figure out what classes we can get you for that. And I do need to talk to you, Julie, as long as you're here and you're watching. I needed to talk to you because I needed to check in to see my records, I think, indicate that you ordered the sweet class for this month, which is the Wildflower Birthday. And if you order the sweet class, it's my promotional class. So you would get to pick a ribbon or a embellishment at $8.50 or less as a free gift from me. And I wanted to double check if my records were correct that you did order the suite. So I need to chat with you. And you're in California, so I think you're 2 hours behind me. So if I finish class, I might give you a quick call to confirm that, because I was holding your package to make sure I do it correctly. Hello, Sarah Merchant. There's Rosie Prouty. Hi, Holly Paplow. Hi, Jean Shoot. Jean, I have your pile here ready to do. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything from your pile. I'm very happy. I was able to kit up 8 more, and actually Rhonda helped me kit up 8 more of the Memories and More class that we did earlier in February. And so I was able to get them kitted, I think on Tuesday it was, and now it's getting everything mailed out. So all good stuff. Sarah Mitchell, hello. I have a ribbon for you. I'm going to bring it next week. Hi, Susan Bellamy. I'm excited to hear if your coat fit you. We did an amazing thing this week. We pulled together all of the team, the Be Happy Stamper team paraphernalia. We had coats, vests, pullovers, hoodies, shirts, purple, yellow, white, all in short sleeve, and yellow and purple in long sleeve. We had hats, we had backpacks, 213 articles of clothing or backpacks or stuff. And between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, almost all of it has left here, either being mailed or picked up. I feel pretty accomplished. I had Kelly helping me with that between last Tuesday and Thursday. She helped me sort it all. And all in the living room. I think I showed you guys a picture of that last week. The entire living room, the whole couch, everything was just full of clothing and backpacks. And so it was nice to get that all out of here on Monday. Oh, hello, Vanessa. You still can't use your hand. Oh, no. Then you still don't know what's wrong. They still don't know what's wrong. Hopefully by mid-April 16th, by MRI, April 16th will shed some light on the problem. Well, April 16th is over a month away. Oh my goodness, that feels like so long ago. No mopeds on the trip. No, and I'm not going to do any scooters on my trip either, ever again. I can't anymore. Hi, Linda Krause. And yeah, I feel better soon. I second that, Rosie. Hello, Debbie Gass. Long time no talk. And there's Jamie Kirkpatrick. And hi, Deanne Dawn. Deanne, did your package arrive? I sent you a screenshot of it shipping and showing delivered to your house, not Susan Bellamy in Florida. So help me understand if everything's okay with your shipment. Maybe say, yep, my it came or not, but it shows it was delivered, I think, already on Wednesday. Hello, Lynn Beasley. And guess what? Jean said that she downloaded her Beekeeper's Bible and she printed it on her home printer and it didn't use as much ink. So that's awesome. So I have, Jill is here right now actually, and she did me a solid. She took my Beekeeper's Guide and she had it spiral bound with a plastic cover, and there's a little black cover on the back. And she has, I was in Ripon, right? Yeah, she took it to Ripon. What was it? Grants in Ripon, which is about 30 minutes from here. And it was only $5.50, which was the most amazing thing. I think like you can't even get a beer for $5.50 somewhere. So I have it all, and I can reference my Beekeeper's Guide with you guys now, which is completely and amazingly awesome. Super excited for that. So Jill, on the drop down behind you is the pre-order. There's a stapled pre-order thing that I have. So the Beekeeper's Guide. I had 6 groups of emails that have been sent out. I have one more group of emails to send out. If somebody, it's just the top pieces of paper. Yeah. Yep, perfect. Thank you. My Vanna White tonight. So I have this available now for you guys, and I can share it. I'm pretty sure I can share it because that product launched on Tuesday. I have not even sent out an email to my community yet. I apologize in advance that I feel like such a slacker on that. What I did devote a lot of my time to yesterday, well, besides working with the insurance claim guy, the insurance person that basically had to walk through everything with the property to figure out the extent of the damage, and that's all good. We're going forward. We filed the claim and they're here, and we have, the place is actually going to be taken care of by different companies. The first thing is next week, Thursday, BioSweep is coming in here, and they run it's like an ozone mixed with something else, and it kills all things on the molecular level. So all the plants, the cats, and the people have to be out of here for 24 hours, and it kills the smoke smell. Like basically the garage smells like a big giant ashtray, and that overfloweth into the mudroom and into the she shed. Not so bad in the she shed, a little bit more in the mudroom, but we figured it out today. They're coming on, excuse me, they're coming on Thursday, which I will not be here for it because I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, but Tyler is going to be in control. Yup, I said that. And he's leaving work to make sure he's going to be here, which is awesome. He's going to take one for the team and help facilitate that. He doesn't know it yet because I haven't been able to tell him that yet, but they're coming to fumigate it. And I don't know, fumigate's probably not the right word for it, but they're running the ozone thing in here, and it's supposed to kill every scent that you could possibly smell of any scent, 100% and guaranteed for life. And that is exactly what we need, because we don't all need to be smelling the smoke cell in here. And then after that, it's like clean up on aisle 9 times 10,500, I think. And then it's repainting and kills and repaint all that stuff and then move back in. So everything's got to leave and come back in. So if you guys think we had a lot on our plate, just add that to the plate, and there's more stuff to work on. So but oh man, you guys, I appreciate all the well wishes and the thoughts and the prayers that have been coming in over the last couple weeks. I tell you, it can be worse. I'm very lucky. We are very lucky it wasn't worse, because the insurance guy came out yesterday and he said that last week, because we had really windy weather, I don't know if we talked about that on the live last week, it was really windy, and a guy who has a wood burning fireplace, he took his ashes outside and left them in the patio. Well, it was so windy that the cover blew off and it blew up the ashes, and they were still hot enough that they actually caught his garage on fire and burned down half of his garage with the 2 vehicles inside, and had rooms on each side, which caused a lot of mayhem. And that is exactly what it could have happened to us, and it didn't. We didn't have the spark or the flame. The ashes were actually just smoldering inside the garage. And so we got lucky. Like, we got very lucky. We have a home over our heads right now, and that doesn't always happen. So, and he made it very clear to us that like we were very lucky. So, oh yes. All right. So let me go back here. I got lots of sidetracks, you guys. There was a lot of squirrels there. Let's see if I can remember where we got. Back to Deanne Dawn. Okay, we're talking to Deanne Dawn about her shipment. So hopefully it came. All right. So hello, Lynn Beasley. And then who else? Rosie is saying, do you mean on stage? That does not happen yet. So on stage convention is next week, Wednesday. We fly out. I have 19 people on the plane with me. So it's 19, including me. We fly out next Wednesday. We get in the afternoon, and I've rented a bus. I just literally paid for it yesterday. Yay, it happened. We got a bus. So money for that, yep. So we have 24 people on a bus going from the airport to the Sheraton, and then I got the bus rented for us to go back from the Sheraton to the airport, so that all of us are together, and I don't have to worry about all my children getting lost or stolen along the way. So we've got that, and we've got our dinner plan set for Saturday night at Jimmy V's. The whole team. I'm so super stoked. I got. All of us, for all 31 of us, well, one person is not going to be able to make it, but 31 of us are all going to be together in the same room for dinner on Saturday night, which is so amazingly awesome how that came together like it did. So you guys, that's the most amazing thing, that like we're going to end our Raleigh convention as a team together. So that's super exciting for me. And who else? Oh, I know how I got on this. Jean Shu, we talked about the Beekeeper's Bible, and I went full circle. So, man. Hi, Mary Lemke. Less windy today. Yes, it sure is. And Mary Lemke, I started a pile for you for porch pickup. Yay. Hello, Deb Norman. I hope your cruise was amazing. Your cruise, Deb went on a stamping cruise. And I didn't hear how it went yet, but I think you're back now, because it feels like you left around the time that my garage thing happened, or maybe it was even longer ago than that. You guys, the month of February just was gone like that, and here we are already 1 week into March, almost gone. Oh man, that's how it goes. Hello, Karen Wetstein. Okay, so Karen Wetstein, you popped in my head. So you guys, I get this. It has been the craziest week with just getting everything ready for on stage next week. I basically spent almost, after the insurance guy left yesterday, I spent my entire time from like 2 o'clock until 10:30 last night at the computer, making sure I could just get as much, and I didn't get it all done. I never get it all done. But my focus yesterday was making sure everybody that is going to Raleigh with me, either if they're in the hotel with me, they're in my block of rooms, they're doing the event that Brandy Cox and I are co-hosting together on Thursday, or if they're on the bus with me, or if they are on my team and we're doing a sunglasses exchange, we're doing a pillow gift exchange, and we're having dinner together, all that stuff. I spent a lot of time like mixing and connecting people that were coming in at the same time, and being a tour guide or travel agent yesterday. That's what I did. I was a travel agent yesterday. And so what I didn't do, though, until very end, at the end of last night, I stopped and I took a minute to figure out who earned the sale-a-bration celebration. It is an event I have been doing for, what year are we in, 25? Since 2017 or 18. And it dawned on me while I was calculating and figuring out who earned it, because there's 3 different ways you could earn it. One was with sales, if you had $180 in sales in January and February. One is if you joined my team, the Be Happy Stampers, and you got your first demonstrator order in on your own account. Or the other way was if you were on my team and you had 2 people that joined you during celebration. And I'm super excited. I had one person on my team, Mary Lemke. Yay, Mary! You were the only bee that had 2 people join your team. I had numerous people that had one person join their team, but Mary, you had 2 people join your team, so Mary's invited, and a few, I think that 11 or 12 people that joined my team, or first, second, third level, it doesn't matter to me. I treat everybody the same. That there was a first, second, or third level that joined through me or one of my downlines that placed their first order, so they got invited, and I think I had 30 or 31 people who earned it based off of sales, which is super cool. I have 44 people earn a spot. And while I was writing out everybody's names, and I will remind everybody that I just did this last night, and I have not notified you if you had a spot yet. So that will come. I will either do it, I have to do it tonight, because what made me think of it is Karen Wetstein has already proofread the little tutorial that we have for the make and takes that we're going to do live tomorrow at 1. And Jolene got it written, I think, last night. But what I remembered is, if you guys have been watching me for over a year, you would maybe remember that during celebration, I would always have a board back here, a celebration board. And for every $50 order you put in, which this year I would have done 60 because that's what it was, I put your name on a Post-it note, and it was like a rainbow. It looked like all the different colors of the Post-it notes. Did you even think about it, Jill? I never had my celebration board out. All during celebration. I thought of it around Christmas time, and I never pulled out the board And so I have to figure out a way to make up for this. So basically, what happened, she forgot all about it too. And I was sending a message to Carissa, and I'm like, Carissa, I forgot. And she's like, wow, nobody said anything to you? Everybody must have forgotten. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'll go back and calculate that all out. I can run some reports from my sales. I keep track of all of everything, you guys. I can go back and figure out how many $60 orders people would have had and put everybody in for some drawings. And I'll get to it. I probably won't get to it till after I get back from Raleigh, but it'll be on my radar to make up for it. But it was really cool because it was a nice little perk that if you saw the board back there and I had like 3 spots left, some people would put an order in that night to get in on the board drawing. And so it'll come. But yes, the celebration is tomorrow. I'm going to have it tomorrow at 1. I ended up canceling last night. There were only 3 people from my in-person community that had earned a spot. And with how much I had going on with everything, I thought I'm just going to cancel last night, and we're going to move those 3 people to be able to do the online version, and they can come still pick up their kits. So it was nice to have last night to keep focusing on stuff to get ready for the trip. So hello, Sharon Rouge. So Sharon, you were one of the people that earned the celebration, and I have your little gift, your not little gift, but your little make and take packet is here. I'll put it into your bag tomorrow. Yay. Oh, all right. Hello, Nedra Dover. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. And there is Donna Grushke. And yes, isn't every day Fat Tuesday? Yes, and all the other days of the week. Exactly. Hello, Cindy Runtree. Your shipment went out too. Yay. Mary Carls. Yes, I was just telling that to Mom this afternoon. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, Mary Carls hasn't said anything about what classes she wants. But don't worry, they're all available for the whole month of March. Everything is still out there yet. The reason we're a week ahead of schedule for when we normally would mail out classes. Normally we would be mailing out classes next week on the 11th or the 12th or the 13th, because we usually shoot to do it before the middle of the month. But with Raleigh next week and leaving on Wednesday, we had to back everything up. So we worked super hard to get everything designed, prepped, kitted, and mailed by today, but it'll happen by tomorrow. So, don't let that deter anybody. Everything is still available by lots. We have oodles McOodles of every class that you could think of for the month of March. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to let me know you want to get signed up for classes yet. I just wanted to get the bulk of the shipping done on the front end before we left for Raleigh. Hello, Jean Terwilliger. Penny Powell, my sunshine friend, you have a pile here with a backpack and some shirts, so I got to know if you want any other classes to ship with it. So you'll have to keep me posted. I have your pile here. Hi, Nancy Sue Valencia. Pat Hawk. I replied to your message, and I did not reply to your message. I thought about replying to your message. I was wondering, though, I shipped out your class on Monday, and you would have gotten a notice from Pirate Ship on Monday with a tracking number. So your Celebration Hoorah Raw class did mail out on Monday. When I have a moment, I'll pull up the tracking number and see if it was delivered or not. So I would say that it might be delivered tomorrow if possible. So we'll see. Hi, Mimi Howenstein. And there's Bridget Rowe. Hi, Nancy Mole. Hello, Linda Scott. Your swags are due into tomorrow. Great, Susan. I can't wait to hear if the jacket fits. Hi, Jeanette. There's Joy Moody. Hi, Betty Botch. And there's Julie. Love it. Hi, Kari. There's Randy. Your swag did get delivered to my house. Okay, good. I have no idea, though, Deanne, how you got the thought that it was going to be delivered to Susan Bellamy. I don't know where you saw that. That one, I'm curious. Hi, Andy Acquisto. I love your organization when we went to convention. Yes, the cruise was amazing. And my phone just went, where did it go? Deb Norman, you just took your message off. I was right in the middle of reading it, and then there it went. You said your cruise went amazing, and then I didn't get to catch the last sentence that you had. Sorry. So, that's how it goes. But it disappeared right before my eyes. Hi, Francis Rodriguez. Kitty Patrol. Okay. So you guys, Hunky Noodles here. Jill is out here, and Jill absolutely adores and loves. I think Hunky is your favorite, is he not? Hunky is Jill's favorite. And Jill was out here helping me put some tear and tape on some of the names here. I have pillow gifts, personalized pillow gifts for all of my team. And I had everybody's name printed up, and we cut them out. Chris Dudernke helped me cut them out. And Jill's helping me put the tape on the back so we can add them to the what's a bee thing, of course, with the hexagons, right? Anything with bees has to be it for my team. And so she was helping me do that. And Hunky stepped on him, and he got his paws all in him. But he's right here. And there he is. Yep. All right. He's sitting like a statue right there. Yep, there he is. So, oh my goodness. So you guys, the kittens have not been out here but much at all. I would have to say this. Hunky slept in here all day with us while we were doing shipping. He slept for probably 5 hours from 10 o'clock until 3. And other than that, the kittens haven't been out here. And so he came out here back. So I took him in when we went to the post office, and then I brought him back out to see Jill. And he just was doing his cookie doughs and is just so happy. So hello, Carissa Alberts. All right. I thought about it, but just thought you weren't doing it this year. If one person would have maybe mentioned to me, hey, are you doing the celebration drawing? Or the celebration board drawing, I'd been like, oh yeah, yep. So that's okay. Yeah, that means if I didn't think about it for 2 months, that means that I was a little bit busy. So, all right. Gary is trying to rip the house apart and redo it. Your house is trash. You know, I know the feeling a little bit like that. He better get back to work. Just checking to see if you mailed the Hoover rocket. Yep, Pat, check your email to see if Pirate Ship or an email came in from Pirate Ship for it. It would have been Monday at around 5 o'clock. Hi, Sherry Ott. Where can you find your bill? I didn't send it to you yet, Penny Powell. So I concentrated first on people who are going to on stage next week, and I got all of their stuff squared away. And then I got through shipping today, and you didn't have a March class. And so it stayed here for another night. So I'll work to, and I think you had 2 shirts and a backpack. I'll let you know what your total is. Hello, Cheryl. The cruise was amazing. I want to talk to you about having you host a stamping cruise. You are so organized. It would be so much fun. You know what I want to organize is some sort of a stamping adventure to Ireland. And maybe not involve any stamping, but just involve a lot of fun in Ireland, like a bus tour through Ireland. That's what or Scotland. Diane would be like the first one to sign up. Like I would love to just organize a trip for my stamping friends to go like somewhere. So, and maybe not do any stamping. Stamping is not like part of it, right? We need to maybe stamp a little bit, but oh yeah. Hi, Sherry Stewart. Okay, so if you guys watched last week, I did the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah class Thursday night. And I talked about in the beginning of class, so I noticed the frog. I think it's because of like smoky stuff going on, but I'll try not to do it too much. But I got to the end of class and I was just exhausted, I think, and I wasn't thinking ahead. And I had the set of cards sitting right by the book. And of course, I did not do the drawing to have announced the winners for the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah. And I thought, oh, darn. I really forgot. So, and because today was big shipping day, I wanted to make sure that I got as many prizes out today for people as I possibly could. So I actually did the random number generator. I did it already. And I can announce who that winner is for the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah. And it was Pat Hawk. So the funny thing is that Pat doesn't have a package here for shipping at the moment. But Pat, just know that the next time you do place an order with me, I have a door prize on my back counter for you because you were the random number generator winner for the Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah class that I did last week. Okay, so I made that square. All right, so good there. And in case I forget, for tonight's class, I did the drawing as well for tonight because I thought, well, if I could always get a prize out faster. So instead of it waiting here for a month. So I did the random number generator out of there were 3 people. And Vicky Rodriguez, you are the winner for tonight's drawing for the class tonight. So yay, thank you. So Anne would go too, right? Exactly. Jamie's going to Scotland in 2027 with her husband. He is a bagpipe. And he's in a bagpipe band, and they're going to be in a competition. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome, Jamie. Oh, that would be so fun. Diane, so my brother was 16 when he went to Scotland. I was part of the Future Farmers of America, and we did an exchange program with the young farmers in England and Scotland. And so my 2 brothers, Mark and Tom, they went to Scotland while I went to Wales. And then we got back together and canoodled around London for a week, and that was when it was 1996, so I was 16, and he turned 16. Oh, I was 17. Was it 1997? No, yes, it was 1997. I was in Australia when I was in 1996. Okay, so we were with the FFA. We got to travel on exchange programs with the other farmers around the world, right? So it was 1997. So my brother Tom turned 16 in Scotland, and so his birthday is on my mom's birthday. And he had a conversation with her this past weekend, and he said, "Mom, if I'm not here for my 45th birthday and I go to Scotland instead, would you be okay with that?" And my mom was like, "Of course, I'm not going to be here forever. Go do what you got to do for your birthday." So my brother's planning a trip to Scotland for his 45th birthday, and I think I'm going to tag along with him. That is going to be not this year, 2025, and I think it's next year, 2026. So I think that would be super cool. And Diane Bogenhagen is already making plans for us to rent a camper van and do a camper all the way around Scotland. So fun stuff. Hunky is drinking water behind you. Yay. Yep, he was. Jill was helping him out, and now he's down here. So, all right. So I'm going to do roll call. You guys, I have the book in front of me, and we have a smaller class today. And that means I have a lot of kits left. We kitted up 60 like we normally do. Last month, we kitted 60, and I think it's still early, right? I think I just first emailed about this class a few days ago, and I really haven't been on my A game with doing all of the announcements on publishing stuff. So we have 25 people signed up for it right now for online, and I think because of kitting for 60, we have 20 left, I would have to guess. And last month we did 60, and I ended up kitting up 3 or 4 more. So it was just crazy how so unpredictable. So I will have kits left over for you guys for a while. So in case you're watching this later in life, just know you can reach out to me and I have the kits. All right, first on our list is Annette Rollin, and then Tundra Hudson, Angelique McClendon, Julie Bontringer, Susan Bellamy, Sherry Everett, Mary Lemke, Lynn Beasley, Frances Rodriguez, Linda Scott, Debbie Stone, Vera Anderson, Laura Sullivan, Leslie McMinn, Jeannie Parker, Joanne Naples, Karen Woods, Feline Mays, Debbie Gast, Sandy Coy Emery, Kelly Gibson, Connie Moore, Christina Bernards, and Vicki Rodriguez. We're going to go for 3 weeks. It will be so fun. Oh man, to go for 3 weeks, that would be amazing. Which part of Australia were we in? We flew in to Victoria, and I was on a farm with a couple, and the son worked the farm with the older couple, and it was about an hour north of Victoria. And I probably have the address somewhere. We stayed pen pals, and we talked via letter form for probably 20 years. So that was 1996. And so probably until about the early, and then they passed away and I lost touch with the son. So we stayed connected for as long as we could. And then from Victoria, so we spent Mark, one of my older brothers, and I were both on farms, different farms for 3 weeks. And then we met back up in Victoria, and we traveled up to Sydney, and then we spent a week in Sydney. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so a bunch of you gals are here. Yay. I like to do roll call to say thank you for taking this class with me. I really appreciate it, you guys. I really do. And without people taking classes with me, either by paying for them or placing orders, I wouldn't be able to do what I love to do to the extent that I do. By people taking my classes with me, it allows me to do the YouTube videos. It allows me to do this full time. I can work this as a business because you guys are supporting me with orders and with taking my classes. So without the people that I keep listing off their names, I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't know how much I would be doing. So I really appreciate that, you guys. And it keeps me out of trouble. Let's just say that. So we already went through the door prize, so I'm good with that. Yeah. It's good stuff, you guys, and it makes me appreciate more than anything that you don't take things for granted, and and I didn't before, but now it's okay, especially now. So, all right. Oh, Nedra signed up also. Where's your name? Wait, Nedra. Let's just see this really quick. So, I don't know, for some reason, I know if Carissa is watching, she might be able to help me answer about Nedra signing up. I want to say that I didn't see Nedra's name of the monthly class with your list. So you guys, it's been amazing. Carissa has been helping me since sometime in January now. We created a cbcenroll@gmail.com, and with both of us having visibility now, it's been very helpful. And so if you are watching, Carissa, and you have a moment to check the enrollment for Nedra, can you see if the March monthly class was on there? Because if it was, then we missed it. I have plenty of them, Nedra, so don't worry about that. I'll make sure. That's Carissa is watching. Yay. If we missed your enrollment, we do always apologize. We always say this, that we make everything right, right? It's paper. At the end of the day, Naughty Nancy says it's just paper, which is true. But we always like to make things right. And so if we did miss signing you up, we apologize, and we'll make it right, and we'll get you your kits. And if you didn't, we'll figure out why. And if you want them, we can always add you to them. All right. So I want to show you guys really quick. Okay. I'll give you a hug if you come over here. I've got some Happy Mail I'll show you guys really quick too. Thanks for helping me with that. And we'll see you on Monday for class. Okay. All right. Have a good rest of your week. Oh, good job. Jill's working on her pillow gifts. I can send you the email. Well, Krista's watching. So Nedra, I'm going to if you want to definitely send, well, let's see what Krista says, because she would have the email. So you don't necessarily need to resend it. So I have some mail here that I can share with you guys. So Debbie Lindauer gave me a card here, and she said, you make this so convenient. This card actually was a small card from a June paper pumpkin of 2019, and she kept putting it aside as she had no use for the small cards. She saw this video that uses 6x6 DSP and a little card. Win-win. She completed her paper pumpkin kit. Only 4 old ones left to complete, and uses up more DSP. So she was thrilled. So here's, you guys might remember this paper pumpkin, and it was like a little baby card. And sir, sounds good, Carissa. And if not tonight, whenever you get time, Carissa, I don't mean to put you on the spot and stop you from what you're doing. You might be having dinner or working on something completely else. So Carissa, okay, I feel really bad now. I shouldn't have asked you to put you on the spot. I just thought maybe if you had a moment. So, but whenever you have time. So yeah, so this is really cute. This is a little baby card, and then it uses a piece of designer paper, probably 5 inches tall and 6 inches, and pretty cool. So she was really excited to use that. And this was the original little envelope that came with that card. And so she put the money in there. So that was super cool. So that was Debbie Lindauer. And then this one is from Faye Godby. She sent me a love note here. I love it. And words fail to express my gratitude. It's from, I think, that Autumn Splendor set and some of that gold ribbon. This is cool because this is kind of what we use for the game night for in December. This card was from scraps of the Hearts of Elegance class, right? Which is cool. Old paper pumpkin leftover. And Zinnia. Oh, Zinnia. That's from the Zinnia set, not the Splendid Autumn. So, you guys, we have a kitten sighting here. So, are you going to come over here and sit by me, Hunky? Come on. Come on. Yep. Are you going to take Bigger Tigger's spot? Oh, man. He went right behind me. Oh, Bigger Tigger, we really jealous, buddy. I left him in the house. Oh, man. Okay. This one comes to us from Sandy Coy Emery. She sent me a Snow Friends stick together. And I got a little love note on the inside. Let it snow with some kittens and some birds and some dogs. So thank you for that. Very pretty. And then this one comes to us from Brandy. So Brandy, I don't know if I've said her name out loud yet. Chytracek. Chytracak. Chytracek. Okay, so Brandy found me because we're doing, this is not Brandy Cox, it's a different Brandy. Brandy found me because her and her friend Coco are going to be in Raleigh next week, and they wanted to do the Brandy and Christine Make a Take event. So super cool. So I'm going to be meeting her for the first time on Thursday. And so she sent me payment. I do want to remind you guys that if you would like to join us for the Make and Take event, let's say you're going to be looking for something to do on that Thursday, between Brandy and me, we have, I think, 6 spots left. The last time I looked at our list, we were at 115, and we're planning for 120. So we would have some space in case anybody is interested yet. And so look at this pretty card. And it's purple. Yay! So, and she said, thank you so much for the lovely hospitality and inclusion. Your team and followers are very blessed. I look forward to meeting you in person and your team and the opportunity to craft together. Yay! So that's what we did on Tuesday is we prepared. So Brandy's making 60 and I'm making 60. And then that's what we got done on Tuesday. We got all the 60 make and takes done. This is from Janice Ormiston, a pretty purplicious card. This reminds me of our Let's Just Stamp. that we did last year. And then, yeah, so she went away to Hawaii for a while, and I held her box for, I think, the whole month of January, or half of January and half of February. So you're very welcome. I was happy to do that. And this one's from Lynn Beasley, so it's a store-bought card, but I love the green colors with the gold. So what you could do when you get a card like this from Hallmark, you could always cut this off and mat this onto Just Jade, or not Just Jade, Lost Lagoon or Peacock or Gold, and you could use this as a designer series paper for your card front. So I definitely know that we could repurpose that one. And then this one comes to us from Sherry Martin. Sherry, I know this card. This is from the Winter Creative Escape. I love it. So thank you so much for sending me back a pretty card. And she won a half-off bundle, so that was super cool. So I got to send that to her. I think she picked Everyday Arches, and that was awesome. She got that last month. All right, I have one more piece of Happy Mail, and it is here from Hope Toy. So Hope, you sent a really pretty card to my mom and dad, and she found the address label. It was stuck, I think, in the embossing plates. Deb Norman, if you have any Raleigh make and take, would you sell it? Okay, so here's the deal with the Raleigh make and take. I don't have any personally left for the Raleigh thing. I kitted up 60. I have 60 signed up. The 5 that we have left are actually on Brandy's side, which is perfectly fine. If I had somebody that signs up and wants to take the spot, I would pass it over to Brandy because I want her to get her 60 filled up too. So I am planning to do that class, though, as a class in April. So, Deb, you're going to want to get signed up for it's called Thoughtful Wishes, Memories and More card class. There is no date yet. I don't think I've set a date for it yet. It's happening in April. It will be after the MS benefit, because I know that as soon as we get back from Raleigh, we're going to start designing for April and start kitting, and the big MS benefit is going to be in there. So I know that I'm not going to sneak another class onto my books before the MS benefit, which is April 12th. It'll be sometime in the 3rd to 4th week in April. That's my plan. And it is going to be very, 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 very similar. The only thing that's going to be slightly different than what I'm doing in Raleigh are some of the bases are going to be different colors. So, but how I kitted up per how we decided for the class for Raleigh. And then when I do mine in April, I'm going to just have a little bit more purple and a little bit more blue, I think. So Carissa says she just finished eating, no problem. I found the email and I am sorry, but I missed adding the monthly class from your list to the total. Well, there you go. We figured it out. So then Nedra, what I will definitely do is I'm going to write your name in the book so that we have it. Unfortunately, so I've mailed everything out already. My question for Nedra would be, Nedra, are you okay if I hold on to your kits and ship them in April, or would you like them mailed separately now? Like, do you want to get them sooner or later? So just let us know how that works. So what you would prefer and what you would be okay with. So yeah, so good question though, Deb. I have about 20 people that expressed interest in that Thoughtful Wishes, Memories, and More class. So we added it to the calendar. We're adding it to the calendar in April. So people are already signing up for it. That's perfectly great. We're doing that. I didn't look at my calendar to set the day and time. And we do have the cost of the class is going to be $70, which will include the Memories and More, the ephemera pack, the gems, and also the envelopes and the ribbon. So lots of stuff that you'll get. 18 cards. That one is a big class. It is a stamp, a stack and a half. So you guys, so Hope made this pretty card for my parents and she wrote a love note. And Hope, I hope you don't mind. My mom shared it with me and it was very sweet what you wrote. I met Hope a year ago in Raleigh. She was a lonely little bee, fluttering around, and we found her and we brought her into our circle. And so we've been very blessed to have Hope in our lives this last year. She was instrumental in helping with a lot of the die cutting for the the Wounded Warrior benefit that we did in October. She lives down in North Carolina. And yes, I think that's right. I'm like, all of a sudden I second guess myself. Down in North Carolina, and she used her paper down there, used her dies for what she could, and then she mailed 2 boxes full of Hope. I don't remember if it was a 3,000 die cuts that you helped us with, but you were instrumental in helping with the die cutting for the Wounded Warrior project. So we are, oh, thanks, Nedra, shipping it in April. I really appreciate that. Perfect. Thank you for being easygoing about that. That made my night. All right, I have added you to the book, and we'll make sure that we add that class to your April total then, because I'm thinking that Carissa didn't have a total for it when she sent you your bill. I forgot who email if I want 2 classes. Oh yeah, so Yvette, it would be CBC Enroll. So Cards by Christine, but it's cbcenroll@gmail.com. And if you don't remember that, if anybody doesn't remember that, just send me the email. And what I'll probably do is reply with Carissa and the CBC Enroll on copy, and Carissa will help with it. Maybe no one. Okay, and I am super stoked. I got a couple more things I want to share with you guys. We made some progress, some big progress with the team today. Stampin' Up! Sends out weekly updates on Tuesdays, and my upline shares them with me on Wednesdays. And we're starting to take, between both of those updates, we are going to be sending a weekly team email. So hopefully it's not too much for the team, but Kelly worked on it over the last couple days, and she was able to devote some time to finish it up today. And so for my team, you should have received for the first time a team email from my Squarespace email address. So from the Christine@cardsbycrispy.com. Now, I think Pat Detlefson is the only bee on my team who, for some reason, was not getting emails when we tested this a while back. We were doing some tests out of it to see who was getting stuff, and I think Pat was the only one that wasn't getting it. But everybody else, if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, check your email for this email that looks like this, where it says the latest buzz, and it has my logo at the top and a little welcome thing. And then we grabbed all the news from Stampin' Up! And what's happening, you guys, they talked about complimentary catalogs and how they're going to be now switched to be in your first demonstrator order. And they talked about how 8.5 by 11 cardstock is going to be changing, the quantities for some of the packs of white and vanilla, and then the price changes. They talked about 12 by 12 cardstock, other product updates, and then customer orders, or, there's a whole bunch of changes with the ordering system. So guys, this is a lot of information here. New Stampin' Rewards program is coming soon. And so we have all that stuff, new products available. Paper Pumpkin is moving. You guys, it was like the water painter update. So they no longer are going to have the water painters because their supplier is not able to make them for them anymore. And so all of that information is from Stampin' Up! Basically. And then we switch gears over to the Stampin' Up! Or the Be Happy Stamper side. And I've got the team dates for meetings and different events, and the Be Happy Stampers website page, the Facebook group. We've got the Inspiration Hive in here and how you can get access to that. Got some pictures. We talk about the Beekeeper's Guide, which is super cool, which I can show you here what this looks like. And Kelly made this document for us, and it has everything in here. I have paper here to show you guys now. So like you've got all your embossing folders together. You've got all your designer series paper in a couple pages here, a few pages. Your two-tone cardstock, memory keeping has a section, ephemera packs, all your ribbons and trim together here, your embellishments. Look at all these embellishments. Would you ever have known they had this many embellishments? All the adhesives are together on one page. All your tools are on a nice spread here. Flows over to storage. Kits are here. I mean, we've got it all. Like, we made a mistake. I know that on page 66, you guys, we did catch, I think somebody on my team mentioned that we had an error on one of these dies. I don't remember which one of these dies has the wrong picture. I don't remember exactly, but it was a very manual process to create this document. And there's always going to be one or two things that might not be right, but all the bundles, what's super cool here, you guys, I have a message in here. We have a table of contents. If you look at this from your phone, these are all hyperlinks. So you can click on these and it takes you right to the document. And I've got some QR codes and stuff in here, which I know most people hate them, but that's why I talk about all this stuff. And these QR codes take you right to the areas. And then I've got the color collections in here for you. And then the suites are so cool to see all this, the spread of the suites. And we keyed in manually all the item numbers so that in case you only wanted the ribbon from the suite, you got the item number right there. But yeah, so this document, we created this for me. I wanted it actually to help me with my designing. I was getting so frustrated with designing because I hate pulling up my phone to go look at everything, and then you can't find everything. And so I was getting very frustrated with designing, that to the point that I was not enjoying it, because I was like, like that feeling, okay? And then I thought, well, man, if I feel this way with designing and I do it, I love it, one thing, but I do it for a living, kind of, right? But you guys, if I was getting frustrated and you guys are doing it for fun and you get frustrated, like I don't have a choice really. Like at this point, I've made my decision. I'm running my Stampin' Up! Business. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm not turning back at this point, right? So I had to work with it or adapt or do something like this, where you guys, you're doing this for fun, right? Like, I'm not saying everybody, but just in general, you look at crafting, hopefully, and that you enjoy it and it's a fun thing, and it shouldn't be stressful. And if it was stressful for me, it had to be stressful for you, and you guys don't, I'm not going to assume anything, but maybe not as much invested. You'd be like, oh, I don't need that in my life, right? That's so frustrating. So why do this? So I don't want anybody to ever have that supports me in my business. So we made this document available now to anybody on my team. So it's a perk for being on my team. Everybody that joins my team has access to that. I invite them to the folder that has it, and we have a new flyer out there. And so this is the new flyer that it doesn't say pre-order anymore, but it has all the online exclusives that just launched on March 4th. These are now in the folder, right? So you have suites, you have bundles, you have stamps, you guys, people were asking what the D is. The D means dies, and people were asking what the P means. P means punch, and then there's an S that means stamps. And so I need to have Kelly put that legend on here somewhere, but the ribbons, the gems, and then you have more designer paper. So all of this stuff just launched. And so this document is out there. So people who have the folder, the other way that you could earn the documentation from me, it was an investment of time and resources to get this document together. And I want to make it available to people who support me in my business. So I know that's a business decision I made. And what happens is, if you've supported me in my business by spending $50 or more any way, buying PDFs or buying classes from me or placing orders with me or buying some of my exclusive tools, we just conglomerated it all together. If you took events with me, if you did more than $50, and events that supported me, and that would not include the benefits. We left the benefits out because they did not financially support me. The benefits financially supported the Wounded Warrior program, and they supported the MS Foundation, right? Basically everything got donated to them. I was just the pass-through. So we looked at everything but that. And the only kind of group that I need to get in touch with yet are the people who just took events with me that didn't buy anything else for me. I didn't just get it. Chris had probably sent it to me 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it's been a heyday around here. So I still have to message that group of people and give them access. And so, all right, Mary Carls, we'll see you later. And you'll try to get the classes in before the end of the weekend. Perfect. I appreciate that. Beekeeper's Guide is so amazing. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. Do you know if they're making changes to the upcoming annual catalog? I don't know if they're making changes in the terms of the format of it. Honestly, I do not know. I do know that there's still going to be online exclusives and there's going to be an annual catalog. Okay, so there's going to be 2 spots to look at things, which I still don't like. So I'm going to have Kelly make this document 3 times a year. Once in January for when the mini launches, once in May for when the annual catalog launches, and once in September when the holiday mini launches. So there's going to be 3 of those updated once a year. 3 times a year it's going to be updated, let's say it like that. And in the interim, when there's online exclusives, there'll be a little supplemental document like this. And so if you're in my community and you've supported me, what we did is we looked at 2024 first. And so we got those kind of figured out for 2024. If people were watching me in the last month or 2 and they've been seeing this document and they absolutely were like, how do I get my hands on that? And they put in an order with me to at least $50, or if they bought $50 in classes and they came to me and said, hey, can I get that? I just placed an order with you. I've been doing onesie twosies and I've been inviting people. Okay. So I have been trying to do that. Now I'm putting it out there. If you are somebody who thinks you earned it because you've spent $50 or more since January of 2024, and you really, really, really want this one, just reach out to me. We'll figure it out and we'll make it happen. Basically, how I'm looking at it is we looked at 2024 sales altogether for the whole year to get this last doc, the one that we just created. How I'm going to look at it it's like on a trimester basis. So we're going to look at your sale. If people spent very small amount, $50 in 4 months, it's if you did $50 in January, February, March, and April, you'll get the May catalog. And if you spend $50 in May, June, July, and August, you'll get the September catalog. And if you spend $50 or more in September, October, November, December, you'll get, and that's how it's going to work. It's going to look at the last 4 months. But I am a little bit easy and soft that if you say to me, hey, I just placed this $50 order yesterday. I've never ordered with you before. I use your host code. I'd love a free class. Can I also get the Beekeeper's Guide? Absolutely. Let's get it in your hands, because I feel like this is like a resource that is worth $1 million. I'll be honest with you. So it's such an amazing tool. And I haven't heard nothing but doing a live. Hang on, Dear is messaging me. Doing a live, sorry. I haven't heard nothing but good, positive things with it. And so I do want to explain that if you get an email from me, this just happened to Kelly Gibson. And I'll tell you, I'm going to show you, Kelly, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to share with people what happens if I send you a request or an invite to it, and you get a pop-up thing that looks like this. I'm just going to show you the picture that Kelly got. If you get a pop-up that looks like this, it says you need permission. Ask the owner for access or switch to an account with permission. You are currently signed in. Okay, that's her email address. Don't look at it. And it says request access. Then you need to click request access, right? Once you click, even though I've already invited you, for some reason it says that you still need permission. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. She swallowed a fly. But you have to put request access, and then I have to go back in and approve it. And then you should have access to the folder, right? So that's what's super cool about it. Then you guys are in this folder that's called the Beekeeper's Guide. And now you can see the sale-a-bration file is still there. The supplemental guide is here with the online exclusives. So that supplemental guide, this guy right here, we took off the word pre-order and we just put that in here. And then that's where you guys would actually also be able to get the Beekeeper's Guide. This document right here, like this, okay? And people are asking me, hey, can I print it? Can I download it for myself? Basically, if I've given you access to this folder, it's for your personal use. You can share it with yourself. You can print it for yourself. You can use it for yourself. If you are one that teaches classes, I'm okay with you printing a copy for you to keep, like for people to look at, but I'm not okay with you sharing the file with people who haven't earned it. And I just ask that you respect my wishes, because it took Kelly probably 100 hours to make that document, right? And it's not fair to everybody else who has gotten it the right way to get it. So, but definitely it's for your personal use, and definitely print it. Go to your library and check with them how much it would cost to print this. I know if you go to Staples and try to print it, it might be like $50, where if you can print it at your library, it might be $12. So keep that in mind. And you might just want to print out certain sections of it that are important to you. So the newsletter said 100 per trimester. So Angelique, 2 things that you are bringing up here. So you're very observant. Let me tell you what's going on. So let me go back to the latest buzz and go to this section, because there's 2 things going on. For me personally, for me to share this file with my customers, let me think about this. My customers, I put it at $50 for the trimester. But we were going to use it as a team incentive. So, okay, so my gals were here over the weekend, and they were asking about this, that they have customers that would benefit from this too. And are they okay? Are they okay if they would share it with their customers? I said, well, let's make it fair for everybody and have them earn it, just like you guys would earn it from me. And what we said for my team was that it should be $100, because that's basically $25 a month. And at $25 a month, that's $100 in that trimester. And so, like, let's say Jay Shante, who's on my team, has X number of customers, and 5 of them have spent $100 in that time period, then they earn the catalog. And so I'm extending this catalog down to my team to share it with their customers as well. And they would have the incentive that it has to be $100 or more in sale. So now what I'm starting to think about, you guys, is I actually don't think it's fair if mine is at 50 and theirs is at 100, because then somebody would come to me and buy from me and not support my team member potentially. And that I don't think is fair. So I may now have to rethink that it might be $100 for against across the board, because then that keeps it a level playing field for everybody. Because the last thing I wanted to have is somebody on my team offering it as an incentive for $50 and somebody offering it for $100, because then you're going to go shop with the person for $50 because it's a better deal, right? So we were trying to keep it fair. So, or on your home computer for probably less than $5 if you have a Canon printer or if you have an Epson. So yes, Jean Shoot, definitely. You can print it at home for a lot cheaper. I definitely agree. So, okay, so now that I'm thinking about this, I probably should regroup with my gals and make sure that I'm not making any, like, I want to make, I like to keep it fair, even with my girls on my team. So, all right, but that is, you made me think, Angelique, you made me really think about that. Okay, and then the email continues with our Sunshine Committee, and it continues with our birthday card club, and it continues with contacting me and stuff. So yay! Okay, so I'm very super excited to announce that we got the first team email officially out from the Cards by Christine website. And on top of it, you guys, one more public service announcement before we get making our cards. Now the thing Kelly's working on next is she's going to make an email similar to that. Normally every month I send out a showcase video. I should say an email that has the video information and past classes and all of the stuff that kind of was my new newsletter. Like I went away from writing a Word document newsletter to doing a newsletter in an email. And now Kelly's going to make a really pumped up version of my showcase video navigation, like all that in one email, and have headers and be able to have it more differentiated. And so I'm super excited. That's going to be coming very, very, very soon, because I haven't sent that email yet for March. So, whew, all right. Good stuff, you guys. It's all coming together slowly but surely. Oh, Deb, you're very welcome. Angelique, then okay. And I have a question. Would you ever consider offering labels for products as well? Well, that's great. Yes. I was going to say, that's a great question. I have Kelly now. I really do. And Kelly loves to do that kind of stuff. So Yvette, what I would need to know from you is what kind of labels and what would they look like, and how would they, are you thinking like they'd be on like a little printer, like this big, like that little label that's like 100 on a sheet or something like that? Is that what you're thinking? And would it be an item number and the name of the product? I know that Carissa's helped me make them in the past, so for my stuff. So I'm not saying no, all right? So, hey, wherever we can improve, that's what it's all about. All right, I do want to remind you guys, I've got lots of stuff coming up for March. Nothing is sold out by any means. I'm going to flip the camera down. I'm not going to come back up for a little bit. We got the Wildflower Birthday Stamp-a-Stack. All of that stuff is for the Stamp-a-Stack. It makes 15 A2 cards, 5 little 3x3 cards, and then 5 tags, and then we'll make the 5 bags. But this is, if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, this is the thing that you would get. And then you would, if for like the team member pricing, and then you would add the ribbon, the gems, and the paper, right? So that we got that kitted up. And a reminder too that we've got the MS benefit. You guys, we have 35 people signed up for the MS benefit already, which is super exciting. We have 120 more spots then. So, and there's one more card. I couldn't find it before I went live. And then also a reminder too, we have like 25 people, Angelique, 25 people are already signed up for game night, which is a fun folds game night, you guys, which is the star card, and then the tube card like that, and then we've got this card like that, super cool, and then your guy like that. So just a reminder, you guys can keep signing up for those kind of things. It's really going to help us. We have not started really cutting and prepping yet, and so it'll help us to really forecast good. You guys would be amazed. There is a noodle boy. Let me just do, what should I do here? I don't know if you can see. There's a kitten. Look at that. There's a kitten right there, sleeping right there. Oh man. Okay, now let's see if I can get this back without a disaster. Okay. Whew, I did it. All right. Are you guys ready to make some cards? We've got 3 lickety-split cards, I think. These cards are for the monthly class. I've been doing the monthly class the longest, since 2016. It was, I think, July of 2016. And actually is when it officially became a class. I was doing it as a club beforehand. I started doing a club in March of 2015. And so we always do 3 different cards. No, they're always different cards, right? But 3 different bundles or stamp sets. And we have those 2. This one comes from Faith Collection, which is an online exclusive. And so Faith Collection looks like that. And then Umbrella Days is this one right here. And then we have the Memorable Blooms here. And I did, hi Melanie Foy. We have the heat tool here. So I've got that sitting here. We're going to do some heat embossing here. Now, I used a Versamark pad for this, but unfortunately, I think I took my Versamark pads upstairs. So I'm actually going to use a white ink pad, which is perfectly fine because we're going to use white embossing powder, which I did remember to bring down here, which is awesome. And when you guys get a class from me, it's like pressing the easy button. I know a lot of people take my classes because it's nice. Everything is kind of almost done for you, except for I can't stamp any images for you. So you have to be able to provide your own inks and stamps and adhesives and tools, like stuff that you would have in here that would help you with the assembly of your cards. And I have a golden ticket is what I call this. It has the name of the class. So the PDF tutorial for this class was emailed out to you guys on Tuesday. You guys, I had somebody ask me, why do I charge for my PDF tutorials? And I'm like, well, if you take a class with me, I don't charge for them. So one of the perks of taking a class with me, if you either pay for it with money, or if you place an order to get the class for free, like in this case, this class was offered free with a minimum order. One of the things is you get a tutorial from me, and it's a pretty phenomenal tutorial, I think. I've heard people say that it's one of the better tutorials that are out there. It includes all the item numbers, includes all the measurements, includes the detailed instructions from step to step. They might not follow how I do it in the video, but either way, right? Sometimes you can, I'm not going to say the skinning a cat quote, but because Hunky's here, he might hear that. So there's more than one way to do things. And so generally it doesn't always follow, like, it's really close. And I'm not saying it's really off. It's always really close, but I might think it's whatever mood I'm in is what I do, how I do things. And it's got a nice picture. It has multiple pictures. So the tutorial takes a lot of time and energy to make. And it is a one-stop shop for those that take my class in case they don't have time to watch the video. They can refer to the PDF tutorial. I've always created a PDF tutorial for every class I've done from the beginning, pretty much. And I wouldn't say that. Since I started doing online classes, so that not from the beginning, but from the beginning of me doing online classes. And so I've always created these tutorials since I started doing online classes so that it was an extra document that people could refer to when putting their cards together. And then I do the video as an added resource so you guys can learn and see how I do things. And it takes time and energy and resources to make the tutorials, and they are part of the class fee. They're not like built into it per se, but they are part of the class. They've always been part of the class. And if people don't pay for them or place an order, I don't provide them free. I don't just randomly give out measurements unless I'm talking about it and we need to talk about it for class. And so that's something that people forget. Like the videos are free, but I don't give out my tutorials free. And the person had said, well, every other demonstrator gives out the measurements. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't think every demonstrator gives out measurements. So you guys, that's just how I've always run my business, in case you're ever wondering about that, why I don't have a guide here. It takes extra time to do that. And I'm not going to print the PDF and put it out here because I don't keep my PDFs. I don't print them. So yeah. So anyways, Deb put, most demonstrators charge for their PDF tutorials. A lot of work goes into them. Exactly. So when this lady messaged me that, and I don't even know, it was an abrupt message. And I'm like, and I took 5 minutes and I wrote a nice reply back and I tried to explain why. But yes, I can't, and I did say that. I said, I do not believe that demonstrators do not charge, because I know there are demonstrators that I charge for their tutorials. It's a lot of time and energy. That's all I can say. So, and yeah, you need to charge for them. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Ruth. I thought you guys would all second that. But sometimes I get people that are watching me new for the first time and they don't necessarily understand why I don't have a little note card here that has all the measurements for them. And like, I don't know. I guess if I saw a card online and I didn't necessarily know the measurements, I'd kind of get the base out and I'd get a ruler and try to figure out. So yeah, anyway, so there's that. So, all right. So let's just see which is the first card here. And oh, it's heat embossing. We're not going to do that one first. We're going to save that one for the end, because I feel like we're going to wake Hunky up if he's got the heat tool going. But just a reminder, this is the March monthly class. Today's date is the 6th. And I also have it set up on my events calendar that if you go to my events calendar, just a little side note here, you go to the 6th. I hope I have it here. Yeah. You can watch the replay for you can catch the replay on YouTube for this class by clicking here. And that little link right there takes you, as long as you know the date for the class, you can go to my events calendar and find the YouTube link very easily. The other thing is you could go to my YouTube and put Cards by Christine March monthly class, and it should come up right away too. Hi, Margine Eskelson, most charge. Okay. So yeah, I don't know who the lady watches or who does even. Honestly, I don't even know her name because I don't know if she even gave me her name. So, but let's see which one. Okay, so let's do the cross one first here. So this one features the stamp set here called Faith Collection. It's an online exclusive, and all of the die cutting has been done for you that needed to be die cut. And I included, and I don't do this very often, but with this 6x6 paper, it's from the toadstool paper. I don't know if you guys noticed that there is like a wood grain looking paper in here, and that's what I used. I gave you guys a full quarter sheet mat of it basically, and there's a side strip left here that I thought you guys could utilize for your envelopes. So just know it got tucked in the envelope flap when you get it, and it will be for your envelope. And then there's also another strip that got put in your kit, and if you want to use it, it looks like this. So when we cut the designer series paper, this is perfect. It does like, oh, it goes like this. So that was the full 6x6, and then we save that for the inside, and then that for your envelope. And then what you have, you'll have these gems. Now, these are retired gems. I had enough of these classic matte dots, and we used the black ones for the January monthly class, which was that heart card. It was pink with the metal plate, so we used the black ones there. We have the white ones for this card, and then there's going to be vanilla, and there's gray yet. So those are going to be used for future classes, just not quite sure when yet. And they are retired. They went away, I think, last annual catalog. And then you have a Spotlight and Nature die. Now, I kept this one for myself because when I was kitting these with the ladies, I caught that there was a little bit of an issue on the end here with this. And nobody else has had that. I've visually inspected absolutely everybody's circles. And there might be two that had a little bit missing, and I hand wrote a post-it note that I said, your circle like basically is good. I said, put this behind the sentiment because there's a sentiment layer here. And that's exactly what I plan to do with this. I'm going to just rip this off of here, and I'm going to put that right here, and no one will ever know that there's a slight variance here between that and this. Okay, so there's two people. I personally wrote a little post-it note in there. Your kits, when you get them, you'll see which ones. And I don't know who's going to get them because they just randomly got put out and divvied out. So just know that you might have that. And I purposely said, put it underneath the sentiment. And then you also have the crumb cake cross, and then you have an espresso cross. And these are from the dies in this set. So we use these two dies. And then there are a few more dies in here that are for the focal images in this stamp set. So with these though, the girls, my helpers, they don't generally punch out or pick out pieces like this. That's for you guys to do. They don't have all the time in the world to sit there and pokey, and turn yourself about. And that will go here. And then you have this strip here. So thanks, Karen Wetstein helped with all the cutting of the designer paper and like the little pieces like that. My mom cut all the ribbon for you guys. So just so you know, we're gonna walk up through this. You don't use this, wrap it around 2 times and then tie the knot. I'm gonna show you how to cut this because we don't actually wrap it all the way around. Rhonda helped with the embossing, and you have this hardwood piece. I think it's the wood grain texture. That's gonna go back here, basically through the middle of this. Like that, and then you have a white piece here for your mat on the inside, and then you have an early espresso for your base. It's all about the base, you guys, no trouble. And we could do a few things to get glued first, just to get some pieces put together. Sometimes people will tell you get your stamping done right away, and that's fine. You can always do your stamping right away, but sometimes I get glue happy, and I like to get things glued right away. So helps to have less paper around town here. All right, so this embossed piece is what's gonna go through the middle of your designer series paper. Now, for those that like to be conservative with your paper, you could always have die cut something right out of the middle if you want. And if you wanted, you could also have not used this part, you would have had to figure out a way to connect all your pieces to the front. But I had plenty of this paper left, and this pattern hadn't been used for anything else. It's a sale-a-bration paper, which is now done, but I had plenty of it left over because this is one of the pieces I hadn't used yet. So we purposely saved it for this card because we thought it would look really nice. The designer paper would look really nice with the cross. And we have this saying, let your faith be bigger than your fears. And then the inside it says, thinking of you, which would be a perfect card for somebody in your life who's going through something difficult. And also it could be a great sympathy card if you need a sympathy card. And also this set actually features for Easter. So if you look at this, there's God is love and he is risen. So you could also use this for a really pretty Easter card if you want one, and or need one, I should say. And then I'm just going to use the scissors here and trip. So I'm cutting a little bit of the envelope flap off because the designer paper wasn't quite long enough to cover that, which is fine. And then what we can also do now is work with our linen thread. Let's do that. So you're going to need to make your tear and tape sandwich. And you're going to need to have 2 pieces waiting in the wings. And it is down near the bottom edge of where it is embossed. And the trick with this ribbon is we're not going to be going and wrapping all the way around. What we're going to do is grab one end. We're going to capture it in that tear and tape about 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom, somewhere around 1/4 of an inch. And then you're going to bring it over to the right hand side, straight hopefully, and then catch the tear and tape, and I'm going to bring it right back and then make a second pass along the front, and then we're going to cut it off. You're saving this, okay? That's for wrapping around to make our overhand knot on the front. Use your tear and tape to make that tear and tape sandwich so that that ribbon twine does not fall out later in life. And now that you've got that done, you can cover up your mushrooms. I'm not too disappointed of covering up these really crazy mushrooms. I definitely prefer the other side. Back to the other side. So this will go right onto our card front, and it ties in the espresso now. And now we've got a lot of that base put together. You can still adjust your linen threads now. If you want to, you can kind of move them a hair, not a lot, but you can move them up and down just a little bit if you need to. All right, so for the stamping now, we have to remember that my little piece here is missing, so I need to make sure I keep this like that. And for the stamps, they all came out of this set. So this, my mom, we were kitting this up, and she's like, well, how are they going to get the green? I don't see the green. We need to kit the green. I'm like, well, there is no green. It's stamping, and we don't stamp for people. And it took a lot to convince my mom that that greenery back there was a stamp, and so it was cute. Because my mom's not a stamper, you guys. She's not a stamper. She doesn't she is a home ec teacher. She loves sewing. She is not a stamper. She only helps me when I need help. Okay, so. Because she looks at it as that she gets to spend time with me, and I do appreciate all of her help. And so she was helping me kit these last week with Diane. And so I'm just putting all of my stamps out here onto the blocks, and we need early espresso and old olive. So we have here let your faith be bigger than your fears, and I'm going to grab the brown ink for this. So I used a D block on this one, and I put it a little diagonal. That's what I have a tendency of doing. And then this will get stamped right onto this label. Perfect. Okay, that's great. And then on this inside, I have thinking of you, and then the cross in the corner. So we're going to do the cross first. Make sure that you keep your inside. Oh, Angelique loves it. Yay. I'm going to put the cross in the corner here first. Like that. And then I am going to use my strip here. No, that might be too much for you guys, right? If you don't like the designer paper on the side, or if you don't like the cross, you can do whatever you want, right? But I did add this. And if you don't have the need for a card that is religious like this with the cross on it, you could always leave this off. You could put something else on your circle and you have your nice sentiment strip here, and then you still have a piece of designer paper for the inside, so you could make this card completely something different and it would work. And then I'm putting this here as a guide, and I generally will flip it over so I don't get ink on it accidentally, but I set it there as a guide so that I can have an idea of where I want to stamp the thinking of you. It's going to go right there. Oh, it's so crooked. Okay, so we're going to do this again. And sometimes I will stamp the sentiment first before doing the focal image. Let's see if that's better. Oh, that's still going uphill. But not too, that one's more uphill. So we're going to go back to the beginning. So it is sometimes better to do the sentiment first, because if you get the sentiment wrong, you can flip it over and then you're not redoing. But because I did the other one not as great, we're going to just go with this. And then we're going to stamp this in Old Olive. And we're going to get a scratch piece of paper from the drawer here. The drawer. And put that underneath. And again, I got to keep my thing here. So for those 2 people that got the Post-it notes for me, making sure that your little knickered piece goes here. Now this stamp for me did not stamp very good. It stamped very washed out. So I did have to condition this stamp with my ink eraser. I took my ink eraser and I went like back and forth, and then I wiped it off so all the little granulars were gone, and then it made it so it stamped a lot smoother. A lot better. So it didn't have those little washy looks. All right, so we're going to kind of guess where this is going to go. It's centered to me, and we're going to go right about there. Make sure that ink adheres. So you guys, I created a Facebook group, not a Facebook group. I created an instant messaging group for all my peeps that are on my immediate team, and they've been, all these messages keep popping up and popping up and popping up, and so I'm like, they are going crazy on that little conversation, which is awesome. So I have like 32 people on a Facebook Messenger chat group with me for next week, so that we can all stay connected in case I'm busy doing something and somebody needs help. Then somebody on my team might see it, right? So we're gonna make sure there's no soldier left behind. And you guys, it keeps popping up and popping up and popping up, which is fine. It's all good. It's just, I wanted to see what everybody's saying. Oh, so that's what happened. Okay. I could see that. The ink is right here. I don't know if you guys can catch this, but it did not stamp right there. And the ink is still on the block. You can kind of see it's darker there. So if you feel confident in your stamping abilities, and I'm going to try this. You guys might see my hair up here when I kind of get my head in here. But what I'll do is I'll line this up and try to get it exactly where it was. Because I want to see if I can get that ink. Okay, so I lined it up. I want to get that ink right there. For some reason, it wasn't transferring. All right? No. If you get it lined up exactly in the right spot, that ink will still transfer to your paper. So that I've not really showed that very much in class. And Angelique is multitasking between conversations. I love it. I've not really showed this technique in class very often of how to do that, but if you guys caught what just happened here, is not all the ink transferred from my stamp to the paper. And instead of going and inking up or throwing it away, what I did is I stopped, assessed the situation, I hovered over the top, and I tried to get it lined up as good as I could, and then I specifically pressed where the ink was still sitting, and then it helped the ink transfer to the spot it needed to go. Okay, that's what happened there. So it's doable, and at least if you try and you don't succeed, at least you tried. But if you try and succeed, then at least you don't have to waste another piece of paper. It's all good. And the hood. So now we're going to do this one. And because I know that spot, it was a stickler for me over here, I'm going to make sure I press really good right there. Okay, that's very nice. Very nice. I think that's it for stamping for this one. So what we can do is get glue happy. Glue happy, happy, happy. And let's do this one first. Wow, you did a great job matching up. Thanks. I tried, Anna. I really did. Don't be nervous when if that happens to you. Just don't be nervous. Like, just do your best, right? Sometimes you get, I don't know what it is with stamping. Sometimes you get like anxious or worried about it, and then you overthink it, and then all of a sudden it doesn't go where you want it to. So just take a deep breath and And then I tease, and then shut your eyes. My message would probably be, send money. I'm buying everything from pre-order. Oh man, I know, because we get the product purchase premiere next week. So, all right, what else? Oh, this. I should have done the Rose Coleman message. You guys, if you're in Canada and you're looking for a pretty fabulous demonstrator, like one of the best in my eyes, go reach out to Rose Coleman. She is your girl. She and I collaborate together on 2 classes every month. And her technique is to put the glue on here, let it marinate for a moment in time, and then it should be so that it doesn't leave white all over the place, like white glue. And we'll give it a moment in time while we put this on the inside of our card. Careful not to get glue everywhere by hitting, don't hit that cross. All right, so that's gonna go in here. Now we can do our little circle, and that is gonna get popped up with some dimensionals. And what do we have? Do we have a sheet? Nope, I guess we're gonna start a brand new sheet here. I'm gonna put a few of those here. Yeah, like Angelique, you'll have to remember that. You'll have to put, oh man, like you guys will have to hold me back from the pre-order, right? All right, so this cross is gonna go right here. I've got a little bit right there, like maybe 3/8 of an inch, a good 1/4 inch. It'll go here. This is ready and marinated enough in my eyes. And this should fit right over the top of this guy. Perfect. And I did pop this up so the black dimensionals would be really good. Oh, look at this, a whole nother sheet. A virgin sheet, 2 virgin sheets. Oh my goodness, right? Wow. Oh, Angelique, wow. All right, so I used the black. I mean, I could have easily used the white dimensionals too on this now that I think about it. Crumb cake is pretty light and we're putting it on the white, but whatever. That will go right there. And then for this one, I did take my scissors and I angled the end. Now, if you don't want to, you could always banner it. You could do your ends however you desire. And what's going to happen here is, now I have this hovering over the top of the cross. You could always have it like tucked underneath of it too, like that. That would look nice as well. And I think I might do that with this one. Instead of over the top, I'm going to put it like right underneath, because that will be flat. And then what we're going to do is pop up this bottom edge with the white dimensionals here. That didn't do exactly what I wanted. It was a little bugger here. I know we might be double trouble, yes. And let me think about this. Oh, I know, I need another one here and there. And then what'll happen is a little bit of glue will go right there. This will tuck right about there. Now, before I do that, hold the phone. It's easier to take this ribbon, cut it in half, and tuck this underneath and move it off to the side, right? Just let it hang out over on that side for a moment. Come back to here and you can put this down. Okay, so I've got that lined up. And now hopefully you have enough here to take this and make a big loop so that you can make an overhand knot with the ribbon here. And I've got it kind of right in the middle of that. And then you can trim your tails. And I should be using my ribbon scissors. Like that. And then you'll have your gemsies. Hi, Barbara Godby. Woo, just pop it in. I have to send an email for the classes I want to buy. Okay, perfect. Yep, you've got time. And if you get them to me, or Chris, if we get them sooner or later, I'm trying to get as much shipped out ahead of time as I possibly can, so I don't have to think about it later. Hi, Kathleen Cutterman. All right. And then what you could Stella, if you want to, is you could Stella your cross. Perfect. You could even Stella this outer ring, the spotlighted part of your circle die here. And voila, as Kelly would say, we've got one done, just like that. Very good. And then with a matching envelope on top of it. All right, so that was your Faith Collection stamp set and dies that are part of the online exclusives. So for those of you who have your Beekeeper's Guide, we have an index back here, and it would be under the stamps, and it's called Faith Collection. So you could go up here to Faith Collection page 40, and I gotta tab my book here. I'm so excited. I never tabbed my last annual catalog because I didn't know how to tab it. So Faith Collection, right there it is. And so you guys, that is stamp set. Then if you know it's a bundle, like what's really cool here, we have all the bundles. Faith Collection is on page 23. And it is featured right there. So very cool. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to take this book and I'm going to tab them with all the categories that we have here in the front, all of the table of contents stuff. So, yay! All right, so I was going to clean these really quick, and I'm glad you like it. Oh, Kathleen Ketterman's waiting for her total. So, Kathleen Ketterman, I wondered about that. I do have your February monthly class on the VAT counter, and I have that on standby, and I was hoping to get everything figured out for you ASAP as well. All right, so now I'm going to put these guys away really quick. And I have this class on Monday in person at 1, and then I have it in person at 6 o'clock as well. So in case you're local, I should really just leave these. Yeah, no, do it later. I'm like, do I leave them out? And then I have them all. Yeah, no, I'll just wait. I only brought a few blocks with me down, and if I move, Hunky will steal my entire chair because that's what kittens do to you. All right, so the next one we're going to do is the Umbrella Days. Umbrella Days is also an online exclusive, and I bet you any money it's going to be around the same page number as the Faith Collection. And I only say that because they came out around the same time, I think. Maybe they didn't. So the index is amazing. So we'll go to Umbrella. Look how many stamp sets they have. Page 43. I was really close. Here's Umbrella Days. So that's where the stamp set shows. And then you also would find it under Bundles, under Umbrella Days, is on page 28. Yes, you guys, when you guys have this printed, it's going to be very awesome to have everything to check out the dies, everything that matches. So that's where Umbrella Days is. And let's move these guys out of the way. This one was a bogger. You sent the email on February 20th. I remember seeing it, Kathleen. I'll check in with Carissa to see where it's at. And I wonder if it's with me or if it's with Carissa. I wonder if you just sent it to me or if I forwarded it to Carissa. I can't remember actually. We'll figure it out though. All right, Azure Afternoon. That's the blue color you're looking at. I don't use it very often, but it seemed to work perfect with this designer series paper, which is, in case you're wondering, is the Blooms paper. This was another free sale-a-bration item, that paper, which you guys, again, we're out of sale-a-bration. We're coming up for air after sale-a-bration, and it just ended last week Friday, but I had saved this pattern of paper specifically because I thought it would look great with an umbrella card. Okay, so now you're going to look at this and you're like, wow, WTF. Or I should say, what the heck, right? There's too many little pieces. And what is going on? There's so much of like a pain in my butt. Okay, I will tell you that designing this card was also a pain in my butt. But I was determined to make it happen. What got me more than anything, you have these beautiful cloud dies, right? So we used the cloud dies from this set, right? So these cloud dies were amazing. The umbrella handle, I was really sad because there's only one and it only faces a certain way. And I really needed my umbrella handles to go opposite ways for it to look right. So one of your umbrellas was die cut with the silver up and the other umbrella was die cut with the silver down. So one of them is going to be rough here and one is going to be rolled edge. And that was intentional, right? We didn't do it upside down on accident. It was definitely planned and strategized so that your umbrella handles were facing different. It just looked better. Okay, so I wish they would have had an umbrella handle facing each direction, right? And then you have these two dies, which are for the people, for the beautiful people. And great, right? So I thought, okay, cool. My die cutters are gonna be fine. They will die cut out the top half. They won't die cut this, but they'll die cut, you know, this for everybody. So I cut out these, and I was just going to use my scissors to finish off the line, and I figured you guys could do the same thing. Well, I thought what would happen is this piece right here would die cut out like a thin border that would just go right over the top of both of these, so that this is one die cut and this is one die cut, right? So that this would work on both of them. And when I went to die cut this, it made all of these pieces. Okay, that's how it worked. Like, it cuts them all apart. So it's 4 pieces, and we have to glue them back together. And what we did is we die cut them in the Pretty in Pink glimmer paper, and then the Berry Burst glimmer paper that comes from the Zinnia paper, where it's berry, old olive, and white. Okay, so those are the colors that we use. Did you guys notice the change on the Island Exclusives? When you click on a product, there's a drop down to the box on the right. We sure did notice that, Jamie. Here, I'll show you guys what she's talking about. It is super fantastic. When you go into the Stampin' Up! Online store and you type up umbrella, Ella days, right here, and it's a bundle, what she's talking about is, on my phone it's underneath, but on your computer it's to the right. It says here, the product includes umbrella days, bundle, cling stamp set, and umbrella days. But now if you just want the stamp set, you can click on the stamp set and it takes you to the stamp set. And then this takes you to the bundle. So there's a lot of back and forth action that you can go easily to see the products. And so it's really cool on a suite though. So if you look up a suite, okay, to Market Suite. And here you have all the things that are in the suite. Market Goodness Bundle, the designer paper, the dots. And when you click on it, it transfers you back and forth, and it doesn't lose. Like here, you can take you right back to the suite. So yes, Jamie, that's a really good point. I love it. So it is definitely a cool extra perk when you do shop the online store. So, all right, there's also some grass in here. There's more puddles. There's a dog vest, I think. That's like a jacket for the dog. And then that thing, and flowers and boots. And so, yes. So let's work on putting our umbrella. We have to build an umbrella. You guys probably didn't realize you're going to have to build an umbrella, but it's how it's going to go. Oh, let's put these away so we don't lose it. But everything for this card was part of this umbrella set. And you have, okay, so we have 2 clouds. Oh, hunky. You have 2 silver handles. And then you have, we triple checked all your pieces, you guys. Literally. So I think they're pretty much spot on. And what happens is these pieces fit together to make an umbrella. So what I would probably challenge you guys to do is put them together like that, so you can see that you have all the correct pieces. But what's going to happen now is we're going to switch these 2 around, and then we're going to switch this one and this one so that they alternate. Like that. Okay, so those are going to be our umbrella pieces. Now in the kit here, you're also going to have this new rectangle. It's die cut with the new botanical thing. Right, choose your words. There's a new botanical texture suite that includes the textured notes dies that are right here. And to see them a little bit more close up, in case you want to see, where do they have the dies? They must be back here. No. See, these are not. Oh, here they are. The picture's not much bigger, but here it is with the bundle. You can see there's some different rectangle pieces. They have pretty borders on them. And we did cut that from here because it does get covered up with the designer paper. And then you have a stylish shape with a little 1/4-inch piece of berry, right? And then you have your inside, and then you have probably my most versatile white ribbon around. We've used this on a lot of cards. And so this is the white woven ribbon, which will go across the front. So that's what I was talking about last week. Oh, Debbie, okay. Sometimes I don't get things right away. All right, so you're probably wondering, how do we put this umbrella together? I will show you the way. Take you tonight to the river and wash your illusions away. You guys, that's the song. Okay, I'm going to grab these big dimensionals. I'll show you how to do this. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put my dimensional so it's half on and half overfloweth to the next section. And you can capture it like that. And then you're going to take another dimensional and put it half on, half overfloweth, and capture that one. And take the next one. And this one you have to be more careful because you don't want too much overfloweth that you seeth on the other side. And then that's going to go like this. Now, not too sturdy. It needs a little help. So right up here, I would take and add another wee little one. And then right here, I would add another wee little one. All right, so we basically pieced our umbrella together with dimensionals. And you want to make sure that they are nice and close together so they're not showing any of the dimensionals. So now, we're going to do the same thing on this one. And we're going to take that, pick this up, put things down, that goes there. And we're going to put this one on, pick this up. Now, if I wouldn't be showing this to you, you may be wondering, like, when you get this, like, what do I do to put these together? Because it's kind of like a pain in the butt. I can't deny that. I did struggle bus this for a while, and I was really not thinking the die was going to come like this, but that's exactly how it came. And again, I'm taking a few more dimensionals and capturing that seam at the top. All right, there it is. Now, the closer you get these together, the more real it's going to look, okay? The assembly is very creative. Good, 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 good. But there was really no way around it. I didn't know how else to do it because the die cut 4 pieces. All right, so we can do a little bit of gluing. So because this, I don't want to glue all over the back of that because it'll go through my hole here. So I'm just going to put around the mat like that, pick this up and capture it like that. Now we can't put it down yet though because we have to put a ribbon behind it. So let's do our stamping. Now we can migrate over to the stamping. I've got the storm will end and the sun will shine again. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Do, 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 do. Something, something, something. We've got our raindrops keep falling on my head. That doesn't mean that's something, something, something. And be brave. All right, there we go. You guys, I know like lots of songs, but not lots of words to songs. Did you guys realize that? As you listen to me over and over sing songs that I don't necessarily know words to. You say a word and I think of a song. That's how that goes. All right. We need the azure afternoon, but we don't need it as strong as, let's go and grab this guy. We don't need it as strong of a color as it comes out when you first ink up. So we are going to stamp off, and on this one, this is the top of my card. Let me show you, one moment, let me show you. Oh, I guess adhesive sheets would work if you are okay stamping these flat. And I could have used tear and tape, but I wanted my umbrellas to be popped up. So I went for dimensionals because now they're already ready to pop up. Now this, I don't need to ink up all of this. So I am only gonna get ink on the bottom, and I'm kind of alternating my heights so that they're not all the same. Like that. Okay, so that's good. And then this one on the front, these lines almost cover the entire thing, but not quite. The main thing is if you want them straight or not. So we're gonna do up there a little bit, come back down, and then up here we'll get a couple, do one there, right there, and then last but not least, right there. So you could have them coming at an ankle if you've got a really windy rainstorm. All right, so we're gonna let this sit here. And then we have some smoky slate. for the gray. You could use basic gray, you could use gray granite too if you want to. And what we're gonna do on this one is do Be Brave. And that goes on the inside piece. I was gonna practice. Let's see here. Okay, that looks nice. So I normally would have put it right in the middle, but I thought it looked really nice on the left-hand side there. So that's what I'm doing with it. I'm gonna hang out right there. Good. And then this one right here, the storm will end and the sun will shine again. That goes on our label. And I am going to practice on the back first and see how it works for me. I could live with that if I needed to. And let's see if I can do that again. I do have the handle hanging out over there, so keep that in mind. Good. Okay, so that's it for our stamping. Now let's get to our assembly. Okay, we're gonna make sure we burnish this. I don't think we had done that. Hi, Tyra Marshall, long time no see. Love it. And then this is going to get popped up. And so I'm gonna use dimensionals for that. And when I look at this, my ribbon goes right through here. So I actually am not going to take off the bottom ones quite yet. I'm just going to have them there staged and ready to go. And then this will get put right in the middle section of your blue, like that. And then now we can do our tear and tape sandwich. So we're going to grab 2 pieces waiting in the wings, and then 2 on the back. And yes, you get to see the flowers one more time because of that hole. Because I don't have the dimensionals there, now I can take this and pop that up. And I'm gonna eyeball it. It's like about 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna bring it right about here. And we're gonna, before I put the tear and tape on the back, we're gonna just test this out to make sure it's where we want it. Because I want this to go so that the ribbon looks like it's centered coming out the middle of the banner here, like that. So I think that'll be fine. So now we can take these and finish off the back. And then this will get glued onto here. A little bit in the middle. Make sure you got your raindrops falling correctly now. Not that it's upside down. Okay, but now what? Don't forget to take the dimensionals off. And I'm going to put one more half on the ribbon so that it captures and holds it down right there nicely. Perfect. Now this thing gets glued right through the middle on the back. So I'll just grab a little bit of liquid glue here. And then it's 1/4 inch, and it's going to peek out a little bit out of each end. Now you could have cut your thing smaller, the berry strip smaller, and just had a little bit on each side, but sometimes little pieces like that are hard to work with. So you don't want to struggle bus it all the time. So that's what we have. And then this is going to hang out right here. Now, part of this is already popped up. So we don't want to pop up a lot on the top where it's already popped up. But we want to make sure we capture the parts that hang off the end. So it definitely looks like this top corner and this top corner are going to need dimensionals. Then we could also pretty guarantee the bottom corners need it. We also are going to need a strip across the bottom here. And that's where, if you have side dimensional, that would come in really handy. And if you take one side here, you could take, well, that didn't cut off. Hang on, like that. And this could go like right about there. And then that will help support the bottom ridge. And then along the top, what you could do is run a little bit of liquid glue. But don't forget to take the backs off of that. And now the main goal I'm going to do is make sure my ribbon is centered with the berry burst in between it, and then left to right, that I've got the same amount on each side. And I didn't take off, haha, I didn't take off this either. Hang on. Kind of need to take this off of here. Otherwise it's not going to stick. All right. And when I did that, I lost my centerness. There it is. Okay. I think that's okay. Good. All right. So far so good. Some little tips on how to do that bottom part there for you. Then, our clouds, I have 2 different sizes, and they're both popped up onto here, but you could potentially keep them flat. The bottom one on the right is on top of the bigger one, right, like that. Something like that. These are popped up, but I think I might just glue those flat. And then what I'll do is I'll put a dimensional on this one side right there, and that will help that support. So what we'll do is we'll prep both of these with a little bit of liquid glue. You gotta be careful because there are cracks or lines, die cuts right through the middle. And if you put glue there, it might ooze through on you. So we're gonna put that one right about there. Okay, we got our rain clouds, but now we have our gorgeous and amazing bedazzling umbrellas. So what we're gonna do is pick off all of our dimensional backs, and it's a lot of little dimensionals in one little thing. Can't deny that. But it's holding all of the pieces together. And now what you're gonna do is, this is the one I have on the right, and that's with the handle, that's the correct handle to me. There's a dimensional right there, and what you can do is grab the silver handle with the dimensional, something like that, all right? And when you set this down, that's it. Like, if you feel like you need to pull this up, you're gonna pull apart your whole umbrella. So I would say just be really strategic when you lay it down and be happy with it. Okay, something like that, okay? Same thing happens with this one now. You're gonna grab your handle with that dimensional that's there, kind of go for the center, and I'm gonna just test it. Looks about good. And this one's up a little higher, and it's floating up like this. I don't know, something like that is okay. And my card here has rhinestones. I will tell you, I was fresh out of rhinestones. We used them for my pillow gifts, and we opted to put iridescent pearls in your kits instead. And I believe that we wrote in the tutorial, you could use rhinestones or iridescent pearls. The iridescent pearls, after we realized that we didn't have any rhinestones in the hive, we actually liked the iridescent pearls better. So you got 2 bigs and a small, I think. And they look more cloud-like, where the rhinestones kind of stood out more. Okay, so more comments. I can still change the letters. They're all talking about suitcases and packing. So that's what we got. And what you could, Stella, are your clouds. You gotta have some Stella up clouds. All right. So I know I chatted a lot on the front end of this video, but we do have 1 card left. I know it's just about 8 o'clock. We have 1 card left, and then I have the winners for last month for all of the challenges that I do. I have announced, I pulled all the winners ahead of time because I wanted to mail them out in people's packages. So I do have, I'll just share with you guys the winners. So we have 1 card left though, but I do actually like the iridescent pearls a little bit better. And a great, oh wait, glue our inside in. Wait, no, I didn't. It's right here. One moment, please. Oh, all right. Cindy says she likes it. Really pretty card. I'm watching class, seeing all the comments on the messenger group, and I have a different PDF on my computer. Holy moly! I know. I know you're on the group. Angelique's on the group, and she's watching right now. It's like managing comments and 3 different things at once. Okay. Boom. We've got that. Oh, you know what? I never glued down the umbrellas. These little sticks. Okay, so if you need to and want to, what you can do, I should have done this beforehand, but I can always lift this up, get a little dot of glue there, and then that will help that stay down. Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing here. We'll just capture a little bit of that to come up and put a little dot right there. Like that. All right, now our handles are not flying in the wind. I'm gonna cause damage everywhere. So that's it. We got that one done. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. All right, so that's my sample card. We'll put you here, and we've got one left. And now in case I went hunky up, that's all right. We come into Memorable Blooms card. And this one, for those that did the escape with me, this is your double dipper. Oh, buddy, you're so adorable. Oh my goodness. He's like nestled into my back like you guys would not even know. Oh, say, Mom, stop it. All right, let's see what I got in here about why I have a special one. So you guys, this is peach pie at its finest, and she likes the curls. Good, good. And you've got some party dots in here. Yay to the party dots in peach pie. You have your white inside. You have a little strip in the peach pie. This gets cut out of here first, and then it got embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. These are from the die set. Okay, and this is a set that's from the mini catalog, the spring mini catalog. So what's cool about this set, this die set, are these dies in particular. So this got cut out first. Well, actually got cut out together, and then we embossed the outer frame area. Right, and this is the stamp set, and we did use Love and Thanks comes from here, and then we also pulled in this one for the inside. And I don't think we have any words in here, if I am not mistaken. And there's, I don't even know. I can make your hands clap. You don't even know. Then there's some, again, this white ribbon that's part of the online exclusives. And then this is some of the Bloom DSP, and it's in the peach one, the flowers. So don't forget to burnish that. Now this goes together lickety split. This is gonna get glued here, and it doesn't matter which direction. The petals or the flowers don't really have a direction to them. So you just wanna make sure, and if you want to go with yellow, you could go with mellow yellow. I think it would match. Okay, not as good as the peach, but it would work. But you might like to see the yellow. This you just want to make sure is centered top to bottom and left to right. And it's cut at 3 7/8, I think, by 3 7/8. So it's big enough that you don't see behind there. Now, this right, okay, so how I would do this. I want this to kind of go back together. So I want to make sure I have it correct, right? Because you could, if you want it, put it at the top. You could put it over here. You could put it on this side. You could go round and round you go. But just know that if you need to pop any of these out, you should do it now. It'll be easier. And I think that's it. So mine is over on the left like this though. What I'm gonna do is flip this way because now I got it right. And I'm gonna tape this back together. And that will help it be the same height. So we're gonna do tear and tape, tear and tape. We're gonna go around the horn here. And put small sections. We're not gonna be picking this off. What we're doing is just putting it right back together. Like it was never apart. You made mine from the retreat into a sympathy card. It's so pretty, yay. All right, so now it's back together. And then now that it's back together, we can go ahead and grab our Snowy Wonder technique. That must go over here. We can grab our, there they are, dimensionals. And we're going to pop this up all over the place. Use those dimensions, right? Why not? Now, on this area, though, I'm going to use the small ones because I think that they will fit better in these smaller spots. And maybe one more right there for good measure right there. All right, one more right there. All right, there's a lot there. Can't deny that there are a lot of dimensionals on the back. It's always your personal preference, how much you want to pop or not pop, I guess. And grab all these off. And now the trick with this is you have to be very careful and get it on here as straight as you can get it. I did not put any adhesive in that middle section where the flowers were. And, oh, I missed one, look at that. But you can turn it upside down and kind of get a visual for how much room you have all the way around. And then I make sure that I start that far over here, like that. Perfect. Did I put it on right? Yes, I did. All right. So it made it look like it got back to one piece. Then on our inside, what I'm going to use, oh man, Hunky, I have to get up, buddy. And I'm afraid I'm going to lose my seat. I'm definitely going to lose my seat if I get up. Oh, there he goes. Hi, buddy. Sorry, you get my seat now. Poor kitten. All right, we need peach pie ink. That's, whoa, that's pumpkin pie. I have to look on the table. I wonder if peach pie is over here. Things that make you go, I cannot locate my peach pie stamp set. Ink pad. So if you can't find your ink pad and you need it immediately and you don't have time to look around for it, what you can potentially use is a marker. So I'm going to take my peach pie marker, and you can do this with your stamps. You can color your stamp with your marker, and when you've got it all colored, you do the Hufflepuff to make sure it's all good and good. Like, it's still wet, and then stamp. Okay, so this is a water-based marker. It is not a Stamp and Blend. You should not do that with Stamp and Blend because that's a permanent marker. But this is your water-based marker, and it acts as an ink pad if you so choose to make it your ink pad. And this is a small enough area that it worked to do that, but it doesn't always work if it's a really big stamp area to do. And I am just going to leave a flower in here, right? So that's going to be what's on my inside. And then for the love and thanks, now you could use a Versamark pad or a white craft pad. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's right here. How funny is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, that was really funny. So let's just stamp really quick the back side of this and just let's see how different it would look. Just some inquiring minds want to know. Okay, so that was with the ink pad. And then that was with the stamp, the marker, right? So I didn't ink up enough down there, so, but in a pinch, it worked. And look at me here. It was right where I left it. That's always how it goes. It was right underneath my white craft pad. And when you emboss with white, you could also use the white ink pad for, like, to act as a memento. It would actually help you see it as well. When you use memento, it's, Angelique said it. They were trying to tell me I used Contraband, a roll of dimensionals, on the left side under. So Randy, yes, I see your message here, Randy, on the left side underneath. Yep, you guys could see it. That's how it goes. I definitely was blind at the moment. So love and thanks. Let's put that right there. So they were trying to tell me, everybody was screaming at me, it's to the left, it's to the left. Okay, that was actually good. And then for this one, I've got all my white embossing powder sitting in my Tupperware here. And then I have a clothespin, or you can use a tweezers. Perfect, like that. Now, if I was on my A game, I'd put that all back into the pot right away, but I let it be and just make sure the cover's on tight. All right, and then we're going to use the heat tool. I have an old heat tool down here that's still Stampin' Up. It gets super hot. The new one doesn't get this hot. But it's really cool because these melt basically. All right, what embossing powder is, it's tiny, teeny tiny pieces of plastic pellets. Say that 10 times fast. All right, and then what you can do on this one also, if you like that, I like the angled look on the side. You could banner it, you could leave it flat, whatever you want. I'm gonna do a little bit more on this side. That looks nice. And then tear and tape. If you guys are wondering if I'm standing or if I'm sitting, I am standing because I got up and I moved my meat and that little man took my seat. Right, buddy? Wow. He's playing dead, I think. Yup, pretty much. Oh, I wasn't going to stir him for anything. All right, so we're going to do a tear and tape sandwich on this as well. Old school Tupperware, yup. I think that Tupperware thing is 20 years old. It's been housing my white embossing powder for that long. And let's see here. I start at the top here underneath the T. I'm gonna go this way and then flip it down like that, bring it up and flip it back down like that. And then I'm going to, it's going to be easier to cut this off the card. Well, if it's not on yet. So we're going to get that guy cut. And this one cut. Yeah. Very nice. And then he's tired. He sure is. All he do is sleep all day though. So he shouldn't be tired. We were in here at 10 o'clock working on kitting, like marrying up everybody's piles. And then we finished around 4, and that was basically 6 hours. He did not get up for anything. I'm going to put a dimensional here, and I'm going to put one right, so I'm going to guess where this goes, right here. I'm going to put one like right there. And then a little bit of glue on that side, right there. And find the perfect spot to plant it. I want to see peach over there. There. Very nice. Easy, breezy cover girl. And a little glue for the inside. I love so this you would call monochromatic when it's white with one color. So we've got white with the peach pie. And then I've got 3 gems for you. It's either too big and a small or too small and a big. So I'm going to put my small and my biggins up here. And then on the other side, the other guy. Okay, so what could you sell, Ella? You could definitely follow this line all the way around into your frame, your inner frame. You could do that pretty die cut, and you could do your designer paper. And because you've already embossed that, you could definitely go over that too. And there it is. So we did this class for the Winter Creative Escape. I have sold a couple of them in the last week or so. So if anybody's still looking for a Winter Creative Escape, I have, I think at this moment, 8 spots left. 8, maybe 9. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do have more than a handful left in case anybody is still wanting to get in on that. thought I had gotten rid of my last Autumn Creative Escape, but I think I found one more. So I might have one more Autumn Creative Escape. I thought Julie got my last one, but I don't think so because I think I found one more. So if anybody's still wanting the Autumn Creative Escape, reach out to me too. Okay, so we did it. What is it? It's 20 after. I did talk, you guys. I talked for a whole hour on the front end. I talked a lot. I don't know, I feel like I hadn't talked to you guys in forever. So we had lots to talk about, like Mr. Rogers, right? You'll have lots to talk about. And what we have here are these 3 cards that we we really started making cards just about over an hour ago. So we did do 3 cards really fast. So we got those 2, and then the last one, put them like that, our umbrella card. So do you have a favorite for tonight? Do you have a favorite? I don't know if I would pick a favorite. I think I like them all equally. There's something about the umbrellas on this one that looks so cool with that glimmer paper. Like you could do that with, there's purple glimmer paper. There's all the different colors of glimmer paper. Are all the ladies who helped with that retreat be in Raleigh? No, Rhonda Ayers is not going to Raleigh. Tammy Sikolik and her mom don't go to Raleigh. Karen Wetstein will be there. Julie Bierschbach helped out with the event. Diane Bogenhagen, Chris Duderenke, Judy Immel, Jill Betzine, they all did. But there's about 3 or 4 people. My mom and dad, my mom and dad help with the retreat, and they don't come. I cannot even see my dad at a retreat. My mom would not have any fun at one of the Stampin' Up! Retreats either. She has gone. My mom went one year. Her and Kelly's mom, the 4 of us went to, I think it was 2016 that we went to a retreat. Not a retreat, the convention in Salt Lake City, which was super cool. We took my mom zip lining then afterwards, and then we went to the Dead Sea, and we did the hot springs, which was super cool. It was a great trip, but I don't know if I could get my mom to go back to a convention. But I would have to say there's like at least 8, maybe 8, I don't know, 9 that helped with the retreat that are going to be there, which is cool. Okay, so they're all pretty and very different. Hard to pick a favorite. Randy likes them all. All are beautiful, wonderful, wonderful. I do want to remind you guys, I have these cards sitting here. I have about 15 left of the Everyday Arches that we did last week. So this was last Thursday's class. So I have a bunch of those left in case you missed it. You can still get in on that one. We talked about game night already, and we talked about the MS benefit. I'm going to set these off to the side, and we are going to do... Oh, there's my inside. I knew I had an inside for that card. All right, perfect. I'm going to grab this because that goes with these. And I'm going to grab these because I forgot to announce the winners of these cards last week. These were fun cards. This was the Flowering Zinnias class from July 16th. So if anybody's interested in this PDF tutorial, it's available. At the moment, all of my PDF tutorials are still out in my online store under cardsbycrispy.com. What's happening is on my shop website here, like where it says online classes tutorials, that actual page can only hold 200 because I have a very old version of Squarespace. Apparently it's 6 years old. I've had a website for 6 years. And this can only have 200 on here, and I hit 200 with this one last week. So, I lied. Sale-a-bration, Hurrah's not in here. So I've got one in here. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to like just duplicate the page somehow and make a second page so that when you click on shop, there's just going to be 2 of them listed there for now, because now's version of Squarespace, you can fit 10,000 of these. No, 1,000. You can fit 1,000 of these on here. Well, for me to have that, I would have to completely overhaul my whole website and do a lot of work, and it would take a long time. And I don't have the bandwidth now to work with Tyler's brother, because Tyler's brother helps me do that. I don't have the bandwidth to do that. So for now, any new class that I offer, there is a PDF available. It's just not going to be available for purchase via my website. It would be outside of my website. So, but going back to this, the Flowering Zinnias is out here. If you scroll down to like July, you could find it, and you could always get the tutorial. This was a great class. These were fun folds too. Like this isn't the most crazy of a fun fold, but I always like this kind of a fold, right? And then the front of it is what's ooh la la for this one. And then this guy was like a double Z fold like this. Super cool. So if you have that zinnia paper, this was a great class to use up some of that paper. And this is that birthday cake card. Like, to me, it looks like a birthday cake, but it goes like this, and then you write your love note on the back. And then this one was a card that pulls up like this, and then it goes down. Okay, so are you ready for some winner chicken dinners? Da-da-da-da. Can you show us the cards you are making for Raleigh? I sure can. Okay, so this one goes to Sarah Merchant. Yay, Sarah. Congratulations. Ooh, I'm so excited you get that one. Da-da-da. Debbie Stone. All right, Debbie, this card's coming your way. Da-da-da. This card goes to Sue Booth. Now, I don't know who you are, Sue. I said Sue. Sue, I don't know who you are. So if you could get me your address, I would be more than delighted to mail that card to you. And then last but certainly not least goes to Linda Lace. All right, Linda, I got Linda's address. I know that one, and I know Debbie. And I also know where Sarah lives. Not really, but I have her there. I can mail these out. So if you guys know Sue, or if Sue's watching, all I need is your address. I promise I won't mail you a lot of junk mail. I'll mail you one card, and that's about it. Unless you want a class from me. All right, so I got those done. We talked about the winners for class already. I will grab those cards really quick and show them. So the Raleigh cards, now I have mentioned earlier, there's 18 cards, and we worked together. When these were originally designed, they were designed with more purple. As you can see, there's here's the other MS card. That's where that went. Okay, so that's good. We found it. This was designed with a lot of purple, right? Now, we decided to switch it up afterwards, and I'm not planning to recreate these. But this is exactly how we're going to do this for the class that I'm offering in April, called the Thoughtful Wishes, Memories, and More. Okay, so for those of you that are interested, I'm just going to flip through them so that you can see the 18 different cards using the Memories and More. I don't do Memories and More for Memories and More. I make Memories and More packs into cards, and this is there's 18 cards. This one is my absolute favorite. Oh, I love this one. There's something about the Lost Lagoon with the petunia with these flowers. Looks like a Scottish thistle to me. And there's that one. And that one. These are similar but different, right? And then Sandy Coy Emery, if you're watching, you might have asked me if these were doubled up. I think they are doubled up. You get two of this. You get two of all of them. And so that's why some of the cards look similar. All right. That was them. So yes, congratulations to the winners. I love it. So there will be a PDF tutorial for that with 18 cards in it too. And it's pretty cool. All right. So I have a little bit more to go through with you guys. I feel like I want to sit down for this, but what am I going to do with this kitten? Do I push him off to the side? Oh man, Hunky, I'm sorry, buddy. I want to sit on you. I can't. How do you share a chair with a kitten? Oh man, okay. Pick you up. Oh, buddy. Oh. Are you going to sit on my lap? Probably not. Okay, so let me try this. There are different challenges I do throughout the month. In February, there was a February monthly creative challenge, and there is a theme. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember what the theme is, but there was 3 different things, and you had to call out what stamp set you used and what, are you gonna go back here? I know you're not like happy with me right now. Let's scoot you right back here. There you go. Okay, there, you're back in there. Whew, I got him right back to his home. Okay, so there was different themes, and you had to call out the stamp set that you were using, and you could submit whatever you wanted. We had 21 submissions, and I did the random generator, and I don't know who this is actually, so it's kind of exciting to see somebody else new in the challenge. It was Jeanne Collar, Kollar. Jeanne is Geann. So Jeanne, you are the winner chicken dinner. So if you get me your address, I will mail you a prize. But again, I don't know who you are, and I don't have your address. So in order to mail prizes, I don't know. I need the addresses. Otherwise, I don't know where to mail them to. So, but congratulations to Jeanne Collar. Yay. So for February, there's also, well, for every month, there's a class card challenge. The class card challenge is so the February class card challenge was for January and February classes that you took with me, or if you got an old class from the past and you just got it in January, February, that also works. So there were 16 different pictures submitted of people that completed classes, and Debbie Ashback, she was the winner chicken dinner for the class card challenge for February. So congratulations to Debbie. Okay, top fans are based off of Facebook. So if you like things, you love things, if you comment a lot, if you share things, if you're very highly engaging on my Facebook page, the Cards by Christine page, Facebook designates you as a top fan. And we'll go through to find our top fans, and then we'll swipe up and put our finger down, and that's where it ends up. And so we had 3 lovely ladies we usually pick, and they are Patty Baumgartner, so Patti Baumgartner, not RN, Baumgartner, Bomgardner. So Patty Baumgartner, Linda Swansea, Swanzy, Linda Swansea, and Melissa Johnson. So congratulations to those 3 lovely ladies. I don't know if I have Patty or Linda's information, or Melissa's for that matter. So the 3 of you, if you are watching or you see the announcement that you're winners, please let me know your addresses so I can send a prize. Share, create, inspire, and share a recipe, create a card, inspire others. You could submit your cards up until the last day of the month, and there were 10 cards that were shared, which is like probably the highest ever. There's usually around 3 or 4, so to have 10 different cards in there was super awesome. The winner for SCI is Barbara Rudolph. So congratulations to Barbara Rudolph. I'm so excited. And what happened is somebody gives me a recipe, I create the card live with you, and then you guys hopefully are inspired and share your cards that you made from being inspired. And we do this every month. It was supposed to be yesterday at 1 o'clock, you guys. I had a coming to the Jesus and said to myself yesterday morning, there's no way I'm going to be able to pull off having this class yesterday at 1. My insurance guy was coming at 11, and I knew I had so much to do with preparing everybody for the Raleigh trip that I think I did it on Tuesday night. I pushed it out, or at some point on Tuesday, I pushed the class out to be I think it's the 19th of March, and I put it at 10 a.m. because I have my burgers and beignets class at 1. So it's still on a Wednesday, it's just at 10 a.m. And you know how I am in the morning, but we'll make it go. We'll hopefully have some creativity in the morning. We should. And I believe the card I actually have here, I have it right here. So it's Sandy Coy Emery. It's the only one yes, and it's Sandy Coy Emery, and she cased it from a Glenda C. So I have here, I will share this. I have the recipe card here, and I will share that with you guys. And so I do have this one left. And then I have Anna Rebedu reached out to get a recipe card, and I have 2 other people. They're sitting on my pile upstairs. I'm going to mail them out by the end of the week. That is my goal. So if you recently signed up to get a recipe card, hang tight just a moment longer. I'll get them out to you. All right, so that's Share, Create, Inspire. I also do a mystery card night, and I think it's coming up on March 24th, and it will be at 6 p.m. I haven't published or posted it yet, but once I have it ready, we'll get the clue one out there. And you guys have until the end of the month to share your card. And we had 28 submissions for the cards. And the winners are Gail Barden and Irene Smith. Yay! Congratulations to you lovely ladies. They will both get a prize for me. And then in my VIP group, the winner of the half-off bundle is Anna Rebedu. So very cool, Anna. You get to come over and pick a bundle from my basket. And it would be half off if you find one that you want. If you don't, we'll pick another winner. So I love it. Awesome. So yay. So Jeanne Collar, Debbie Ashback, Patty Baumgartner, Linda Swansea, Melissa Johnson, Barbara Rudolph, Gail Barden, Irene Smith, and Anna Rebedu were our winners for the month of February. And I know we're already into March, so we're just about halfway done with the spring mini catalog. I have not pulled together a scavenger hunt yet. So maybe that would be a good exercise to work on the airplane. I should take a past one and then I feel as though that I should take my beekeeper's guide and we do a scavenger hunt based off of the beekeeper's guide and not the mini catalog. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna do the scavenger hunt, because I might pull things from every which direction and just do a big scavenger hunt. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm working on it. I did not forget. It's on the back radar for right now. And we'll get something out to you guys for a fun challenge to do with the catalog. Either the mini or the Beekeeper's Guide. Good deal. I'm looking around because there's always something that I inevitably, whatever that word is, inevitably forget to do. Inevitably. I'm putting an extra syllable in there. So, you guys, can you tell? My brain's a little bit fried. It's all good though. So good. We got lots to do yet tonight. I'm just looking at the catalog, or the clock. All right, did I miss anything that you guys know of? I'm putting a call out there because I always need to phone a friend when I get to this point to see that I miss anything. Again, just a reminder, any class that you want yet for March is still available. We have not gotten near capacity at anything, and at this point, anything can still be consolidated. If you pick more than one class, we can always consolidate. And yeah, that came out because I'm thinking, right? Paper pumpkins there, just to let you guys see that. I think I probably have 2 or 3 pumpkins left yet for the month of February. And for March, you have until March 10th, that's coming up on Monday. You have till midnight Mountain Time on the 10th to get signed up for pumpkins if you want it. I always put it out there that if you want a pumpkin, but you don't want to sign up to get your own subscription, and you want to save shipping from my house to your house, if you reach out to me and pay for your pumpkin by the 10th, what I can do is adjust one of my subscriptions to be shipping to you directly from Stampin' Up! And I don't even have to be a middleman. All I have to do is set up one of my subscriptions, I change the address, and then after it ships out, I change the address back to mine. And so that helps because shipping is usually about $7 to $8 depending on where you are in the US. And you would save that, and it would ship directly from Stampin' Up! So if you do want the next pumpkin, just let me know. And if you're curious what it is, I believe Kelly is doing the paper pumpkin class later on in March, and all you have to do is go to my events calendar for the month of March, and I believe she's got it going on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. She doesn't have it on the 20th. She actually has it on the 27th is when it is, and we always put a little blurb in the event on what's going on. Oh, it's going to be a good one, unless you don't like yellow or daisies. So this one's called Daisy Daydream, and it looks like it's 9 cards, each of 3 designs with gold foil, and it also has an extra stamp set, if I'm not mistaken, because this is the paper pumpkin that celebrates their anniversary month with paper pumpkin. So there sometimes is an extra stamp set in there. So we'll have to figure that out. So if that is available with extra stamp set, but yeah, it's their paper pumpkin birthday. So, all right, you guys have a great weekend as well, Margine. I could ramble and ramble and ramble. So okay, you guys know that it's the 6th, you guys. This weekend, we're going to be focusing a lot more on getting ready for the event that's coming up in Raleigh and getting ready for Raleigh this weekend. Got some in-person classes on Monday. Tuesday is the let's get ready to get out of here, and we have to leave my house at 3:45 on Wednesday morning in like the AM to get down to Milwaukee. We have a 6:47 AM flight, and so it's gonna be a big travel day on Wednesday. Our event is on Thursday. On stage starts Thursday night. We have on stage Friday, Saturday, my team gathering dinner on Saturday night, and we fly back on Sunday, the 16th, and just like that, half of March will be done. Back at it on the 17th, you guys. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I have class on the 17th. Diane has class on the 18th, but I don't have class on the 17th. It's St. Patty's Day. I always go to my parents for their St. Patty's Day party. And then I'll be back with you guys on the 19th. But stay tuned. I will be sharing pictures from Raleigh. We'll be sharing lots of stuff. As much as we can share, we're going to be sharing stuff from Raleigh, pictures and all the shenanigans as much as we can. So it'll be good. If you guys don't hear from me much in that time, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Carissa will be with me as well, so she will probably not be managing a lot of the CBC Enroll emails very much, and also Kelly will be with me. So like we're kind of like going to be shut down here for a little while, all right? I might schedule a video to air on the 13th, maybe one that I have a bunch of past classes that are actually available so that you guys see that video. You could reach out if you want that class. So that's probably what I'll do is I'll schedule some of those older videos to air so you guys can see them in the makings. All right. So thank you for everybody for the well wishes for the trip. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, lots of sunshine and love and big hugs to you. We'll see you sometime in the near future when the time comes. Love ya. Bye.